Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine.
Alright guys, and welcome back to another episode of All Gen Gamers. This is episode 80. And tonight I am joined by Jason the Emu Heine. What's up, Jason?
Hi, guys. I'm feeling better.
It sounds like Jason has a new voice impersonation like every time I introduce him with that name.
I am. I try to do different ones every time. Keep it going.
As well as John the Gamester81. What's up, John?
What's up, man?
And tonight we are not joined by Johnny because he is sick and under the weather. However, two is better than one, so we have a double feature tonight of two guests that some of you are probably familiar with because they both are co-hosts on the Press Start podcast. I am joined by Cliva, Quick Freeze 4. What's up, Cliva?
Hey, how's it going?
As well as the man of many names. He goes by TechnoSqueek, MrTechnoSqueek, Derek, and Grimace. What's up?
Nothing much.
And Squeaky.
Squeaky.
You forgot Techno Squeeze.
Squeeze.
Yeah, isn't that how you introduced him on the first podcast?
Yeah.
The very first episode, I screwed up his name, yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not joined by the third co-host of the Press Start podcast, which is Nostalgic Dan 1. He is busy and not online. He is doing college stuff right now, I'd imagine. However, I've been working on my Nostalgic Dan impersonation.
Oh, God. I can't wait for this.
Hey, guys. Nostalgic Dan 1 here again. I'm glad to be on the podcast. How was that?
That's perfect, dude.
Spot on.
Hey, guys. Good to be here.
Not to make fun of Dan, but
No, he's a good guy. Dan's awesome.
Completely honest here. Dan has the coolest voice on YouTube. This guy, every time I watch his videos, he smiles the entire time. He's so like happy, and his voice is so damn soothing that I just I love Dan's videos.
Seriously. Can I just tell a quick story about Dan? You know, another thing is, you know, Dan is locally here as well. And one time I was sitting around and I sent him a PM. I go, hey, Dan, because, you know, he's always supportive and always, you know, hanging out in our forums and our live streams and stuff. I go, Dan, do you want to go to the arcade today? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. So I went over and I picked him up at his house and we went to the arcade and he was like totally like chill, just mellow. It was like.
Was he wearing a beanie?
Yes. He was wearing a beanie. He was.
He always wears
middle
that
of summer. It was 200 degrees out and he had a beanie on.
That's his trademark.
It is.
That's his trademark.
He's a great guy.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting him in person, I don't think, man. So, we gotta get him out to the arcades. I'd love to hang out with him. He's a cool dude.
Whoa. Somebody that John has not met that I have?
I know, right?
Get out of here.
Seriously.
Get out.
Seriously. But he's local. I know I think he's an ASU guy too, which he went to the same school I went to. So him and I have a lot in common in that regard, but totally chill guy and wish he was with us tonight, but we'll get him on sometime soon.
Yeah.
For people that are not familiar, however, with our guests tonight or, you know, the podcast we're talking about, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and where people can find you and your podcast, and we'll start with Cliva.
Well, you could find me on YouTube as Quick Freeze 4, and that's the number 4. And, you know, I do videos like everyone else. I do pickups, unboxings, and stuff like that. But I also have two shows I'm currently working on. One show is called Quick Freeze Versus, where it's kind of like a challenge, kind of like show where, like, you know, I put myself against these superhero video games, and I have like a set of rules where if like I have to beat a game in like a certain amount of time or going, you know, only using a certain amount of continues, and if I have to go over that limit, then like basically that superhero's like kick my butt. Like if I'm doing like the Hulk or something. So that's why it's like Quick Freeze versus the Hulk or something like that. And the other show, I'm kind of just starting off. It's more like an action figure review, but I'm kind of sticking toward like video game action figures. I just did Sonic the Hedgehog and the Super Sonic the Hedgehog action figures a while ago.
Yeah,
so,
I still need to get that Super Sonic 2-pack. Unfortunately, I don't.
Whoa. Pete, a Sonic thing that you don't own?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, here's the problem,
Get out,
though. The new Sonic stuff for the 20th anniversary is like full-blown insane, the amount of stuff that they're releasing. And my Toys R Us like barely gets this shit in. And when they do, like the scalpers hit it up and wipe it out clean. So most of the time I just end up having to buy it from toysrus.com eventually. Usually I wait for everything to come out, wait for them to have everything in stock, and then I just buy it all at once to get like free shipping.
Are they exclusive to Toys R Us only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually the stuff is for Sonic lately, and then eventually some of it gets released to other stores after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they do the same shit for Star Wars stuff too. It's frustrating.
But,
all right, cool.
Yep.
Clive, what else, man?
Well, that's about it for my channel, really.
All right, Squeak, what about you, buddy?
Well, you can find me at YouTube under MrTechnoSqueek. You should, see my name all around because I post in the forums a lot. And just remember the 2 E's. And my channel is, I think, the most random channel ever because I think of something just like really fast and just do it. And like I pretty much do the pickups and like everyone else does. And I kind of stole Luke Morse's gameplay videos and just put in a game, sit the camera in front of the TV or monitor and play the game and talk about it. So
Sweet.
So you go old school style. It seems like a lot of people that, at least that started up on YouTube a few years ago, started with that method. I did that too, where I'll tell you, it's the biggest pain in the ass. Setting that camera up. I was using a web camera, setting that thing up in front of the TV, getting the gain and the saturation right so it like doesn't bleed the image. Oh, what a pain in the ass.
I remember
everybody go back and watch my first review of...
Yeah.
I did a video on Geometry Wars and Tempest 3000. They have to be the shittiest video reviews I've ever seen in my life. The image quality is so bad. Terrible.
Well, I think that's the great thing about YouTube is we all evolve in our skills. And, I still, some of my reviews, I still film the TV because my capture card for my Mac, for some reason, doesn't want to work with some systems. It's really frustrating. So I have an Elgato capture card for my Mac. So if any of you out there know like what I'm doing wrong, it just doesn't want to feed it, which is really weird. Like it will work with like the modern day systems, but like the retro shit, it doesn't want to work. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Mac stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And neither
It's all
am I.
good. It's all good.
But where can people find your podcast? Because interestingly enough, I was listening to the latest episode today, and I listen every week. I really enjoy your guys' show, and it's evolved quite a bit. Because in the beginning, quite honestly, it was very awkward. There was a lot of pauses and stuff. And now it's a lot more free-flowing, a lot more natural. And where can they find your wonderful podcast?
Well, they can find it a couple places. They can find it on YouTube as PressStartPod, and that's all one word. You could also find us on Don Raiden's website, which is theaveragegamershow.com. And you could either stream it live there or download it. And we're also on iTunes.
And how did the idea for a podcast come up for you guys? Was it sudden, or how did it come about?
Well, it was actually this fellow YouTuber, and he sent me and Dan a message, and it was basically just very casual. He said, "Hey guys, I really like you guys, your videos and stuff like that. Would it be possible that you guys do a podcast?" And at first I was just kind of like, yeah, right. Like there's no way I can do that. And, Dan kind of felt the same way. And a few weeks went by and I'm like, you know what, we could try it and just see how it, works and stuff. And Dan was just like, mellow like he always is. He's like, yeah, sure, man. Let's do it. And then we wanted like a third guy, and we had a couple people in mind. And actually, Techno was kind of like our first choice. And he said, sure.
Now, how many episodes are you guys into it?
We just hit 22, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Deuce, the big double 2.
We always gotta ask before each episode, what episode are we on? We don't even know.
Dude,
Yeah, that's what we do every time. Especially because we do the whole week in advance thing, so our numbers are even more confusing.
like we'll usually record an episode before the last one we did is even released. So we're like totally ass backwards with our numbering.
But yeah, that's basically how it got started, really. And then, we just kind of did our thing. We involved and stuff like that. So
Very cool.
Right on. Well, thanks for being on the show, guys. So, any news? Anything new with you guys? It's been about a week. Pete, Jason, how's your week been?
I've been super busy cleaning up my game room. I've been doing some reorganizing. I just had some really awesome pieces of like video game memorabilia that wasn't being shown off the way I wanted to. Like this huge Nintendo sign was sort of hidden behind a whole bunch of my shit. So I sort of did like a little bit of a handyman's job to hang that thing up on my wall. I took my Sonic 3 banner that I showed off in a video a few weeks ago that was hidden behind like shelves of stuff. I finally plastered that thing up on the wall. I also recently got a Sonic 3D Blast banner that I hung up as well. And I'm officially like out of room. So what I've been doing the past 3 days is I've been straightening up the game and reorganizing it, but I'm also going through a lot of like my old toys and shit from when I was a kid. And I've already today I threw out 3 garbage bags worth of crap. And I'm just going like as I'm cleaning, I got my iPad. I'm going on eBay looking up what is worth selling, and now it's just coming down to the next couple of days. I'll probably just be selling some old shit. Like I found my old Thundercats figures, which I don't really have much of an attachment to anymore. So I'll be throwing those up. Like just as an example, I got 2 loose Chitara figures that go for about $20 each. So that's $40 right there, plus some other characters. I know I have more. I'll eventually find them.
Pete, have you seen the new anime series, Thundercats?
I haven't, no.
it's
But it looks
good.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the new figures are cool that they have at Toys R Us and stuff I've seen. And it's cool that they're kind of re-bringing it back,
Yeah. I prefer the classic figures myself. Like they just reissued those. Really good.
Oh, have they? Nice.
Yeah, they got especially for Lion-O and Tigra, they got a 7-inch and I believe a 9-inch figure, and oh my god, they're so detailed and fantastic.
Sweet.
And are they modeled after the original series?
They're the original cartoon, yep.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have much room to like. It's so sad because I've got a lot of Star Wars figures and Lord of the Rings figures, and I've really been contemplating what to do with them because I can't really display them like I used to anymore. So I don't know, like, to me, I know, John, your Star Wars collection, God help us. But my Lord of the Rings and Star Wars collection, like, I don't feel like I'm appreciating it, having them, not on the walls on display, and they take up so much room. So I'm like, they're not really worth much, though. My Star Wars figures, the loose ones, I'm not selling those because I do have a lot of sentimental value attached to a lot of them. But like my box figures and my box Lord of the Rings figures, like I'm really tempted to just put them up on eBay. They don't really go for too much, though. I have a lot of Lord of the Rings figures, though, in the box.
You should send them to Jason. I think he would really enjoy those.
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking of which, Jason, any updates?
There aren't any updates. And
all right, now I'll cut you off there. We don't want to
Fuck that.
No excuses. Now, the customary question for guests on the show. Cliva, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I've seen all of them, yep.
And what do you think of them?
I love them. I got the all 3 extended versions.
Techno, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes, but the only reason is because of high school band. Because my band teacher was a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I'm more of a Star Wars fan.
Okay, so what'd you think, though?
I liked them.
There you go. You heard it there, Jason. I saw.
I don't think we've had a single guest on yet that said they didn't like.
What's really funny, you guys. You always ask them, even if they haven't seen them, they're gonna bullshit their ass off they're not gonna admit they haven't seen it.
I believe Dan hasn't seen them.
It's funny because I think someone put on our forums that the first time we mentioned this was episode 40.
Oh my God.
which is like 40 episodes, like almost a year ago, Jason.
Oh my God.
That we brought the shit up.
No
and
way.
It's been 40 episodes. But here's the deal, Jason. Okay, you put on my Facebook wall. You said you wanted me to sing What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. And I will do that only if you watch Lord of the Rings. That's the deal. I'll see you on the podcast. But you gotta watch Lord of the Rings first, buddy.
I think that's a great deal.
Okay.
That is.
Okay.
You know what? 40 episodes? Are you kidding me?
It's 40 episodes.
It's been a year?
It's like beating a dead horse. And I know some people are getting really sick of hearing of it. And, I don't blame them because we bring it up every episode.
Yeah. So everyone just leave me alone and we'll never talk about it again. Good deal. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? You know what? I'll put an end to this. It's
been 9 months.
9 months?
9 months.
It's like having a child. You know what I'm going to do? I'll put an end to it then. I will watch Lord of the Rings. Okay. I will plan it. Here's what I want to do then. If it's going to go down, if this ship is going to fucking sink and fall down to the ground and it's going to sink to the bottom of the ocean and everyone's going to get pissed at me, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to go out with a bang. Okay. If that's what you all want, I will watch it.
I think I heard the same speech a year ago.
Shut up, Pete.
Yeah.
Which one's the first one? Which one's John? Which one's the first one? What's it called?
Fellowship of the Rings.
Fellowship of the Rings.
Ring.
Okay, guys,
Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah.
bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna plan it out because I'll stream it. I'll stream of me watching it. Pete, you brought this up a long time ago, like 50 episodes ago.
You got to plan it well so that people can get their DVDs.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to plan it. I'm gonna talk about it. Once I find the date, I'll set the date. It will be
like a watch along. So Jason says, "Okay, everybody, press the play button," and we all press play together and watch it.
And we all watch it all the way through together. And I will take a picture of the version I have that John's letting me borrow for 2 years. And I will show.
It's like his DVDs are like a dusty car where like people write "wash me" with their finger on the car. Like John goes over there, take his finger and write "watch me" on the.
They're
DVD.
all kind of dusty. I went over there and I remember seeing them kind of dusty.
Now you're just pissing me off.
just watch the first one at least.
Yeah. No, I will. This has really gotten out of hand, and it's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just that I haven't. You know, shut up. You guys driving me nuts. But how about that though? Okay, I'll stream it. It's going to be on my. I'll do it on my emulator review, twitch.tv/the EMU review. I'll do it there. I'm going to stream, have a web camera set up. It's going to be looking at me watching this show, and we all can watch it together. And then I will talk about what I thought after. I'll give my impressions. I mean, God, what the fuck? What more do you want?
All right, let's leave it at that. Let's move on next.
Speaking of which, John, I don't know if we covered this last episode, but apparently the Pandora is finally going.
I know. I saw that. I was going to do an update last week and I forgot. Yeah, there's some news that the Pandora is finally in production again, and it's supposed to come out next month, supposedly. So we'll see. I mean, I've heard the story, like Jason's story many times before. So we'll wait and see if it happens and shit. But yeah, hopefully it comes out.
I don't know how much is it going to cost when they finally bring it out officially.
Well, I don't know. I think I can't even tell you how long I paid. I mean, I paid for it a long time ago.
They should be giving you a refund.
Feels like a fucking lifetime ago. I think it was like $250 or $300 when I paid for it.
Yeah, that's a Vita right there.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I actually played a Vita. They actually a lot of the GameStops have demos units now up.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So I was able to play it. Played the new Uncharted game, and dude, I'll tell you guys, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. The system, it's just pretty sweet. Now the Uncharted doesn't necessarily use, from what I saw, doesn't use the back screen touch thing that they have, but the graphics are like on par with like PS3. It was pretty impressive. I guess they have like a Marble Madness type game where you use your fingers in the back screen and you move it along like that.
Little deviant, that's a launch bundle game that you get if you buy it on the 15th in the US.
Yeah. So
he knows exactly.
I pre-ordered it. I got the it's the 3G version, but I didn't get the bundle because they have different. They have the 250, the 300, and the 350. I decided to reserve the 300 bundle, but you get like a 8 gig SD card, and you get
now Well, oh, that's the good bundle. That's right. Yeah, Amazon had that bundle, and then GameStop got the same bundle. That's actually pretty good because you get the 8 gig card with it. Plus, you get, I think, a free month of the 3G service.
Yeah.
As opposed to the launch bundle where you get it a week early, and it comes with a 4 gig card and Little Deviants, which is a $30 game, and a case. So the trade-off is kind of like 1 for 1 in a way. I was tempted to wait for that 3G version, like the $300 one with the bundle, but I kind of wanted a week early. Just can't
So
wait.
you're picking up the 15th then?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm going to have to pre-order from Amazon though, because stores apparently are not taking pre-orders for it anymore around here. For the launch bundle. So
why does it come out on Wednesday, not Tuesday? That's weird.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I'm going to be
didn't
out of
even
town.
realize it was coming out on a Wednesday.
I'm out of town that week, and I actually talked to the manager about, you better hold on to this shit for me. He's like, I will. I'm like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'll see about that.
See about that.
What game do you know? What games you plan on getting at all?
I reserved Uncharted, and then I want to pick up the show when it comes out because I like the baseball MLB of the show. And then I'll probably get Marvel versus Capcom as well.
John, don't do it.
Don't
do it. Well,
Why?
because it's going to be the same as the goddamn console version.
I don't have a console version.
Oh, all right. Well, then do it.
Hey, there's a MotorStorm game coming out for that, looking pretty badass.
Yeah, and there's
versus
Wipeout, whatever, Jason, you'd like.
I was going to recommend that to you. Yeah, right. Wipeout looks pretty awesome. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Luminous. I'm telling you, people. The dark horse of the Vita launch.
But the employee at GameStop was saying, like, when Mortal Kombat comes out, you can actually play it on your PS3 and like save it and then continue the game on your Vita.
Some games are going to allow that, yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, that'd be great for traveling, right?
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I remember hearing this from Holly from Operation Killscreen. I think she mentioned that only the 3G version can do that. I'm not 100% on that, though.
I also got another handheld coming on my way. Have you guys heard of the Superboy? Have you heard about this?
No,
The Superboy. It's the newest portable NES console coming out. Just came out, and it's shaped like a large Super Nintendo controller, but it's got a mini screen. You can play Super Nintendo games on it.
Oh, I think I saw a picture of that.
That's badass.
I'm not a big fan of the portable systems that you put the entire cartridge in because I think they just, I don't know.
Well, how else are you going to do it, Pete? I mean,
I know.
Unless you play
but
ROMs
I'm just personally not a fan. I understand the appeal, like being able to take your cartridges and the saves you have on there. But for me, I'm not a fan of them.
I want a fucking like portable Neo Geo with a cartridge. You fucking put that shit in there, a big ass cartridge.
Oh, man.
That'd be awesome. I'm not talking about a Neo Geo Pocket. I'm talking about like a Neo Geo MVS like handheld.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I wouldn't
Speaking of which, you guys hear about the news about the new Neo Geo?
It's apparently fake.
Yep.
It's fake.
Yeah.
Don't
Really?
deflate my balloon. Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard it, but yeah, apparently it's a fluke. Where the website that originally posted that news story got a follow up, and wherever they got their source from was like it's not confirmed or something. Apparently it's not real.
Oh, that would be so epic, dude.
I think I was listening to the Giant Bomb or something. I don't know. I heard it somewhere, but it's not real. It would be awesome though. That thing looks so sleek and clean, and oh god.
And guys, check out the Superboy. I got it on what website? It's the StoneAgeGamer.com is where I picked it up. It looks pretty sweet.
Can I ask how much, or is that not? Should I not ask that?
$75.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's
Not too bad.
No,
Yeah.
I want to see it when you get it, dude. Bring it over.
Yeah. Sure, I will.
I'd like to see
I
it.
will. It should be in the mail. It should be actually at my house soon, like this week when I get home. So
Awesome.
that's cool.
Gamesters being like Jason with Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 2 with Stone Age Gamer.
Oh, giving them plugs and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? They
He's
should
all
be
over
paying
it.
me and shit. They should be paying me and shit for that.
Yeah, check your inbox.
Yeah. Right on. But it's the only website I really know that they have shit like that, So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess eBay.
So, what else, guys? Any other news before we?
Well, I went to last week. I went to Jason, I know I told you about it. I think you were working or something like that. But the Phoenix Comic Con, they had a big launch party for media that I went to.
Yeah, how was that?
That was cool, man. That was cool. It was downtown Phoenix, and I'm excited, man. First of all, obviously I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? Everyone knows I'm a huge Star Wars nut. But I also I'm a big Trekkie by heart, too. I love Star Trek, okay? And they're going to have a lot of the actors from The Next Generation going to be there because it's the 25th anniversary of TNG. So they have, like, Patrick Stewart, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, right?
Yeah.
They also are going to have LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, who played Worf, Marina Sirtis, and Brent Spiner is going to be there too. So they're going to have like most of the crew. And, unfortunately, Will Wheaton's not going to be there, which is kind of a bummer. I was like, Will Wheaton.
You're not going to get Wheatoned.
No, not Wheaton. But William Shatner's going to be there too. So a whole bunch of Star Trek guys. But they have like a ton of like comic animators are going to be there. It's going to be cool, Jason. I know you sent me an email. You're interested in going. So that's cool.
Most definitely.
It's
we're there.
Be May 24th to 27th. And it's like, I remember, Jason, you and I went a couple years ago to the Phoenix Comic Con. They only had like 9,000 people. Last year, they had 35,000 people. This year, they're expecting probably close to like 45, 50,000 people.
They're going to have to move that thing.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah. They're going to have to move it to a different facility, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're definitely getting bigger every year.
That is so cool.
It's cool. It's cool to like be on the ground level and kind of see it grow.
Yeah.
Kind of like PAX. PAX is the same thing. I remember I went to PAX like 2008? And they only had like, 20,000 people, 30,000 people. Now it's like 60, 70,000 people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like two completely different buildings now.
Yeah.
Nuts. It's just so cool.
Yeah. So,
are you going to be at PAX all 3 days, Cliva?
Yep. Yes, I am.
That's like the only way to go. I don't know how people can go there in one day. Because if I went one day to PAX, like it would be like my mind would be blown because I would be like, all right, I have to get everything I can get accomplished in one day. At least 3 days, it's like you can relax and be like, I got another day to do what I wanted to do today, Plus, you're local. Don't you like live really close to the convention center?
I'm 20 minutes away.
Lucky.
That's awesome. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go to Fun Spot for the first time too. So I know I mentioned before, but on Monday after PAX East, I'm heading down to New Hampshire. If you guys are in the area, definitely let's set up Fun Spot together.
I'm seriously considering about going with you.
Dude, totally. I heard it's a pretty fun spot.
Bah.
No, but seriously, it's gonna be an awesome time. I'm really looking forward to it, dude. The more the merrier, Cliver. Come on down, man.
Well, I gotta take the day off work, so we'll see.
Minor details, bro. Call him sick.
Yeah, just fucking quit.
Just fucking quit.
Yep. Life too short. Hit up Fun Spot.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm stoked, dude. It's 2 months away.
It is. Yeah.
So, pretty
There's
cool.
a lot of people going. I know Games of War is going too.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. We need to organize a meetup, YouTube meetup like we did in the past. We'll have to still coordinate that, but that'll be fun. What else, guys? What else is going on, Jason? You feeling better, obviously?
Yeah, I'm better. Yeah, I'm just, just got over it. Thank God. It's going around, but yeah, I'm better. And other than, the game room up there is, I think, for the most part, it's officially set up.
Yeah.
It's ready to go, finally. And the arcade games here are set up. I just kind of rearranged them the other day. And I was actually streaming me playing Killer Instinct on my channel live on the arcade.
I saw that. Well, I wasn't there, unfortunately, when you were live. I saw the video itself, the recap, and it looked, man, it's good that you have this shit set up,
Yeah, it just feels good. So I was doing some of that, and, that's what I've been playing a lot. And that's about it, really. Working a lot, but good times. That's about it with me, and what's new.
I've been listening. Remember how Johnny mentioned last week about the Ready Player One book?
Mm-hmm.
I took his advice. I downloaded it. I got it on iTunes, and I'm a huge fan. I'm listening to the audio version read by Will Wheaton, our favorite Will Wheaton. But it's awesome. I'm telling you what, Johnny's totally right. I'll give a second notion. Guys need to check out this book called Ready Player One. Clive, have you guys heard of it? Techno, have you heard of it?
Yeah, I actually saw that on iTunes, the Will Wheaton one.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think it's like $25 for the audio and like maybe $14, $15 for the book itself. But it's totally worth it, guys. Because if you're into like video games, if you're into like 80s nostalgia, if you're into like MMOs, this is the book for you. Like it just references so many like key places, and it's basically taking place in like, I know Johnny last episode kind of got into this, so I won't get too much into it, but taking into like the future, right? So it's 1944, and it's kind of like a huge Easter egg hunt. This guy dies and leaves like you have to collect these 3 keys in this oasis, which is like a virtual reality system. It's like a huge MMO, and it's just awesome. Really well written, and I'm like halfway. I'm at chapter 20, and I think there's like 40 chapters, and I'm like halfway through it.
So that means you listen for like 20 hours or so?
No, it's the total to listen is like 16 hours, so I'm about like 9 hours into it. But you know what I do is I just listen to it and like, you know, play games, or I'll like go on the way. I'm like doing stuff while I'm listening to it. I'll work out, whatever, you know. Yeah. I'll like in my car, I'll listen to it. So it goes by really quick. Like I'm actually anxious to like listen to it after the podcast.
I've never listened to an audiobook before. I'm afraid I'd get addicted to them though, you know.
Oh,
like it would make me be lazy.
Pete, I'm telling you, I can't emphasize enough, man. You got to check this book out. I'm telling you, you'd really enjoy it. Ready Player One. They're
so damn expensive though for the audiobooks, you know.
Yeah. Well, you can always get the book and read it old school too.
Yeah, but audio would be a lot more convenient.
Will Wheaton does a really good job reading it though, because he changes his voices and and all that good stuff. But I'm really happy Johnny recommended that book, because I would never heard of it before, and he sold me on it, man. So I'm trying to sell it to you guys. It's worth it.
Definitely, I'm going to check it out too. Download it.
Yeah.
iTunes has it, you said?
iTunes.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm. Like some of the music that they reference and the TV shows, and it's just awesome.
Like, do they name drop like specific shows and stuff?
Oh yeah, Ferris Bueller, I'm trying to think of some other things that he referenced, but like Lady Hawk, which is a classic 80s movie. Just some other just classic ones. And it's pretty crazy because during the MMO stage, and I don't want to spoil it, but he has to relive the whole thing through the show. It's pretty crazy. So you'll just have to listen to it or read it. It's phenomenal. So it's written by Ernest Cline, which is the guy who did Fanboys for like the Strike Figures or Star Wars or not. He wrote.
Oh,
Fanboys.
I love that movie.
Yeah. So there you go, Clive. Check it out, man. So that's been kind of what I've been doing. That's been kind of most of my week. Yeah.
Cool. Pete?
I already went.
I know you went, but...
Oh.
So what? Should we talk about what we've been playing? Have we been playing some stuff?
Sure. Go ahead, Jason.
Killer Instinct on the arcade cabinet has been absolutely amazing. Like I mentioned, I was streaming it to a lot of cool people out there. It was a lot of fun. Good to have it up the games. And John, you know how it is, having your games there, readily available. So I spent my days off setting up the game room upstairs. I've already mentioned this, but Pete, it's really funny you're talking about banners. You're getting into banners. I ordered a few myself, and they came in. I ordered a Battlefield banner and some others here and there. So pretty cool. I got this huge Rockstar energy drink. Like, I don't know, it's probably 4 feet tall. It's like this huge Rockstar can. I got a couple of them. I don't know. They look awesome.
A Rockstar can. Wow.
You're living up like a rock star, is that the deal?
Yeah, party like a rock star. So pretty cool. Put those up. And what else? I got on... what did I play on Xbox? I played something on Xbox. It was an indie game, I think. Maybe not an indie game. I don't remember what it was called. I'll have to go back.
What kind of game is it?
Well, it's someone recommend. Now I'm going to get pissed. Now they're going to get mad at me. I don't remember who recommended it to me. Was it Apex Ultimate? It was somebody. They said, check this out because it's a game that they made for you. It's a little racer game, top down, like TNT Racers.
Was it free to download and play? Or was
No, you had to pay for it. It wasn't much. Wasn't much.
So it probably was an indie game.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know what it was called, but it was a good little game. I played about 20 minutes of it, and that was a lot of fun. What else did I do? I try to make lists. I try to write the stuff down because things happen so fast, and I don't ever write them down. But you know what? It was like 2 a.m. last night. this morning, and I wake up out of a cold sweat, and I say to myself, I want to play Sega 32X.
Wow.
That's random, yeah.
And I just fucking start looking around, and I look at the walls, and I just go, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why do I want to do that? You know? And then it all came clear. It's because I really wanted to play T-Mech. One of my, it's a great arcade game by Atari, released in 1994. I think the game was kind of, not graphically ahead of its time, but the presentation and the hardware that was used at the time really was. It's a game where you sit in this cage type thing, and you have 2 analog joysticks to your left and right. And if you imagine yourself sitting down and your hands sit there left and right on the joysticks, you can push them both forward, you'll go forward, pull them both backwards, you'll go backwards, and then you can turn left and right. And they have 2 different guns for triggers. It's just those classic Atari joysticks that they used on their games. It had those. Just a great little mech game, and you'd run around and you could, fight against the player sitting next to you. It was one of the first Atari games to feature they call it cage audio, where they had 2 speakers in front, 2 speakers in the seats behind you, and a subwoofer in the seat. The first Atari game in the arcades to feature that. Pretty cool. And I always remember it just blowing my mind and shaking my bowels. And it was just a great game, a really great game. Huge cabinet. I mean, this thing is huge. So hard to find, very rare game, but they only ported it to 32X and they ported it to DOS. And there's only, and I don't have it, and I want it. I have it for 32X. Frame rate's dog shit. So I'm like, man, I want to see what the DOS one's like. I'll pull out like my Windows 95 machine and get that going. Thing is, I don't own it, and I looked it up on eBay and Amazon, all these places. There's only one copy, and it's like a PAL version in the UK, and it's like $73.
Wow.
So, and I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. So look, if anyone out there has T-Mech, I don't even care if it's just the disc, man. If you've got it for DOS, it's DOS Windows 95. Man, I would love it. I would love to try to get it to run on my Windows 95 box, or if not, I can probably run it under DOS box on PC, and even Mac has DOS box on there too, so I can do that. But would love to play that. Be really cool. So, so I walked right out of bed and I walked into the game room and put in T-Mech and I played it for about an hour and then went back to bed. And it was great. I woke up in the morning and I go, did I really just get up and play T-Mech on 32X because I'm crazy? And I sure did.
My 32X is always like hard to hook up for me because it's got those metal things you got to put in the plates.
It is a pain, yeah.
It's just a pain in the ass. I mean, there are some good quality games. I like the Star Wars arcade for it, obviously. I'm a little biased, I guess, but
no, it is. That's a very good game.
Yeah, and I think Virtua Fighter is a pretty good port too.
Colibri, good shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
it's sort of like Echo the Dolphin, but with a freaking bird. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Knuckles Chaotix as well. Fun game.
Yeah, I haven't played that. Is that good? Is that a good Sonic game?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. You can't go into it expecting like classic Sonic. It's got a really cool rubber band mechanic to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pop quiz. Here it is.
Uh-oh.
How many games officially were released for the 32X in the United States?
I think I don't know 100%, but it's something like 30 games or something like that. It's not a lot.
That's your final answer?
Well, yeah, just an estimate.
Well, is that the answer?
I'll say so, yeah.
John? Don't look it up.
No, I'm not looking it up.
I'm changing my answer to 27.
Squeak, Cliva, don't look it up.
Okay.
I know you do. I know you two are doing it right now.
32. No, 32.
30.
Cliva?
I'm going to have to say 60. Around 60.
Squeak?
So.
I'm going to say 43.
Correct
27.
answer. Correct answer
30,
is... And the person closest gets a Girl Scout cookie, Thin Mint.
Oh, I want them.
Correct answer is 33.
Nice. So I was closest.
Wow.
I got your cookies here for you when you come over.
Can I get the Girl Scout instead?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I'm fucking with you.
Knock at the door. Hello. Take this man to jail. He's screwed up.
I'm just fucking. Oh shit.
Well, never mind. I got a joke there. Not doing it. You already took the cake on that one. Not even going there.
I got a funny story for you guys. So I haven't been playing many games this week, honestly, because my in-laws have been in town all week. That's kind of been it's good to have them in town, but they kind of they definitely cock block you when it comes to playing video games and having time to do that kind of shit. So, but I've been playing. I'm going on a tangent here, but I have been playing. I've had the Twitch itch lately. So I did do some streaming. It's been like months since I've been streaming. And I played, I know, Jason, you joined me for a while.
Oh, yeah.
A game called Abobo's Big Adventure. I just recently posted a review over it on my website and then on YouTube. But, dude, I'm telling you guys, if you guys like NES games, if you guys like old school, like 8-bit, it's a Flash game. It's completely free to play. So the best thing to do is just Google Abobo's Big Adventure, click on the link, and play it on your computer for free. And it's got like games from Contra to Punch Out to Jason. What else was there? Like Double Dragon.
Yeah, Double Dragon.
Pro Wrestling.
There was a Balloon Fight.
Balloon Fight. And it's like one of those, it's like a really challenging game. And there's parts of the game I was playing it. And I've beaten like 5 times this week. I'm really addicted to it. But there's patterns to the game, right? So just like every boss battle, there's a pattern, but it takes you a while to figure out the pattern. And like there's points in the game where I wanted to rage quit. But I couldn't do that because I had people like watching me stream, So like I couldn't be like, okay, guys, I'm quitting. So I managed to do it. I know Jason was with me towards the very end too, but the very last battle, I know Pete, you want to play this game, so I'm going to spoiler alert. The final guy is Little Mac from Punch Out. And it's like the hardest thing ever because he's a little bitch, So, but
he's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch. But no, it's a good game. I really highly recommend it. That's basically what I've been playing. I really haven't been playing too much outside of that. And that was fun streaming again. I definitely got the Twitch itch, so to speak. I know Jason does a lot of streaming, so it's good stuff.
That's
so
awesome, isn't it? So fun.
Yeah. But no, back to my funny story because there was a random tangent there. But back to my random story. I was my wife's birthday was this past weekend, and she wanted to do. Have you guys ever had foot reflexology? Have you ever had this? Do you know what it is?
No.
I've had a foot up my ass, but
okay. Well, no, that's definitely not your foot up your ass, Jason. I know you've had that many times.
Many.
But it's called foot reflexology, and it's like a massage, right? So you go into this place, and usually they're Asian women, and it's an Eastern medicine kind of thing, and they really work the feet. It's a full body massage. Okay, so I go into this place with my wife, and we're in this room. They're playing the relaxing music, and this dude comes out to me. I'm like, oh no, is he going to give me a massage? But it ended up being like a really hot Asian chick. Okay. And she straight up it's like parts of it. It's really awkward because my wife is like in the next chair over next to me. She's just like rubbing my groin.
Oh, what?
I'm like, what in the world's going on? And then she starts like getting on top of me and starts like riding, like straddling me.
What?
I'm serious. And
Where is this? Where is this? And why didn't you text me to tell you to come down?
Jason, I'm telling you, dog, dude, it's unbelievable. And like, not only that, I mean, it just feels good because she's digging like her knees into my thighs and stuff, right? And I'm like, God. Is she really doing this? Like, is this really happening? What's going on? So it's just like kind of funny. I was joking around with my wife about it, because she was like next to me, but it's definitely one of those things you guys check out. Foot reflexology. It feels really good. You leave the place feeling like $1 million.
I bet.
It's awesome. Jason, you know what? It's only $30 for an hour.
Yeah. And she didn't even touch my feet. Wow. That sounds great, John.
Oh, it's money, dude. $30 for an hour, you can't beat it. Honestly,
no, hell no, you can't beat that.
That's awesome. I'm like, is she really doing this? It's like crazy, So
you're like looking over, like, my groin's being rubbed.
Yeah, no, she got some personal areas. I'm like, what is going on?
Personal areas.
Personal areas. And she's so lightweight, that she even though she was like on top, she you couldn't really. It wasn't like uncomfortable kind of deal,
Yeah.
It was almost too. Felt too good, you feel me?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, Jason. I'm telling you, dude, you should hit that shit up.
Yep, I'm down.
Bring dirty dongles, man.
We should sign us up.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's my funny story.
Can't stop laughing.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it.
Dude, they're all Googling searching where's the closest one, because they're everywhere, It's a legit place.
How was their birthday? Was it good?
It was good. Yeah, we went to teppanyaki too, which I don't know if you guys ever been to teppanyaki before.
Mm-mm.
It's like the sushi where the cooks cook in front of you on the grill. They do the onion volcanoes. You guys ever been?
It's like Benihana.
Yeah, like Benihana. Yeah, but yeah. It's good. It's good food though. But it's pretty cool. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You had a good birthday. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no doubt. How about one of our guests? What have you been playing? Who should we go with? Should we go with MrTechnoSqueek? Should we go with Mr. Cliva? Yeah, you know what, Cliva? I haven't personally thanked you for my RC car you sent me about a year, 2 years ago.
You still use it?
Hell yeah. Love it. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so story is, this is when Black Ops came out. I didn't buy the Elite Edition or whatever it is. Hardened Edition, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it came with a little cool RC car. And by the time I realized that it came, because it was like $150 or something when it was new, and I'm like, no way. You know, there's no way. But the RC car is awesome. It's an XRC10 something or other, XD, whatever. But it's cool. It has like C4 on it, and it has a camera on it and a microphone on it, and the controller that you control it with, it has a little LCD screen on it and a speaker. So when you drive the car around, you can see it. You can see where it's going and hear if people are talking around it, or it picks up everything.
Wow, that's cool.
Totally cool. I mean, just like, because they have that in the game. You get that as a perk. You can, run some, a C4 RC car into enemy territory and blow it up. So they did a replica one in real life, which is awesome. And I just freaking fell in love. I had to have it. But I didn't get it. And it was like, super expensive. And everywhere I went to try to find it, you couldn't find it. It was like sold out everywhere, by the time I was around to getting it. So I think I did a post, or I said something, Facebook possibly. I don't even see, it's been so long, Clive, I don't even remember. But I get an email or PM from Clive, and he's like, hey, I found one at my local Target, and I'll send it to you if you want it. And he did. Real nice guy. Who does that? Crazy nice guy. So again, I really appreciate that. I still have it. It's in the collection. Good stuff. So appreciate it, man.
It's selling on eBay right now for $500.
Yeah, I signed it and I put it up there, but don't tell him.
I'm fucking with Clive there.
Don't tell.
No, that's really generous, man. That's awesome. I know for a while Target had them on clearance for like really good deal too. And I remember when I heard that, and I was like, went to like literally like 5 or 6 Targets in my area, and they were all like out of it.
Yeah, they were gone. I was going around the same time, actually, right around there. It was like $30 or something, right?
Yeah, it was dirt cheap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big box too.
Yeah, when I found it, they had 2 of them in the clearance department. I was like, I gotta pick this up even if I don't use it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's awesome, man. And it's good you're looking out for people, and it's nice that the community does that, like we looks out for people.
Yeah, and that's why the community, gaming community here is so awesome. People like you just doing nice stuff like that makes us really happy. So thank you.
No problem.
And coming up next, a nice 1 hour massage around your groin.
Dude, I know. I'm telling you, man. I'm about to book another appointment.
It's
Shit.
ridiculous. You got to talk about that in front of me. I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I didn't get the dude after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, it was good. Good times. So for sure.
Techno?
Yeah.
What have you been playing, buddy?
Been playing today. I got home and got Jak and Daxter Collection, HD Collection for the PS3. Been playing a little bit of that and thinking about streaming all 3 games Saturday, but I'm having a little bit of problems with the sound.
You can't stream with HDMI though. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm using the yellow, red, and white.
See, at that point though, it's like not even worth it, because then
Yeah.
it's going down the standard definition, and you'd have to use something with component to at least get it to be HD. You'd need like the Hop Hog. Well, there's a new one out there. I forget what they call it, but yeah, you'd want an HD capture card. I mean, it would still be fun to stream them and everything, but it's like, me personally, when it comes to HD collections, I'm playing them again because they're in HD, so sacrificing it down to standard definition, it's like, so it's a tough dilemma.
Yeah. And I got a Mighty Final Fight for my Sharp Famicom Twin and played some of that.
Nice. Great
Yeah.
system, man. That's awesome. Now, does your disk drive work?
Yes, I made sure before I bought it off of eBay, the guy replaced it.
Yeah, that's and for those listeners who don't really necessarily know what a Sharp Twin Famicom system is, it's basically a back in the 80s, Nintendo kind of licensed the rights to make Nintendo game, the Famicom, basically licensed the right to make it. So Sharp made a 2-in-1, so it was a Famicom and it was a Famicom disk drive in one combination. Do you have now? They came in two colors. They came in like a kind of a dark gray black. They came in kind of a salmon pink.
I don't have your color. I have the black one.
Okay, so I see. I have the pink.
Yeah,
or the salmon color. Pardon me. So, but no, for sure, it's a great system. Now, my disk drive stopped working, unfortunately, but I have a Famicom disk drive by itself. It works.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my and it's usually the belt that goes out is usually what causes that to happen.
Yeah, so. Whenever I bought it, the guy had just original Mario Brothers, the arcade game, not Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario 2, not the one we got over here, the original.
The Doki Doki Panic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the original. Yeah, anyway, that's a good game. It's like basically Mario Brothers 2 here in the States, but different characters, right? It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it comes on the disc, which is, I thought it was awesome. And it came with Super Mario 3. So you can't have a Nintendo without Super Mario 3.
One of my favorites, man.
Yeah. And then I played some Sonic Pocket Adventure on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Yeah.
Right on.
And I played some Sonic Generations on PS3 and on the DS because Cliva got me that because I sent him a Dreamcast.
And he hated Power Stone. The hell's wrong with you, Cliva?
I don't hate Power Stone.
If Johnny was here, he'd kick your ass right now.
I don't hate Power Stone.
He's like, thanks for the Dreamcast, but Power Stone sucks.
I didn't say that. I said it's not fun playing by yourself. It's a party game. That's what I said over and over to many people.
I can understand where you're coming from. That's why you need to get Power Stone 2, because Power Stone 2 to me, I know some people would disagree, is like leaps and bounds better than the first one. The moving levels that you play in, with 4 players at the same time, it's so chaotic. It's crazy. And if you can't, because that unfortunately is one of the more expensive Dreamcast games. If you can't get a hold of that, just get the PSP version.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much just like Super Smash Brothers. Like you could play that by yourself for a little while, but after a while, it gets kind of boring and tedious. But if you play Super Smash Brothers with like friends, up to 4 players, it's a ball. You can play that for hours. That's how I see Power Stone. If that makes any sense.
It does. But yeah. Played some Grandia too. Yeah.
Nice.
Love that game. And my favorite, it has to be my favorite Dreamcast game of all time. Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, I'm sad that I never played that when it first came out, because I tried to play it on the GameCube like years later when they re-released it on that, and I couldn't feel myself appreciating it as much as if I had played it on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I ended up trading that to Holly, anyway, Dog on My Lens, for some games, because I just didn't see myself going back to it anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, on the Dreamcast version, like whenever whenever you're about to get in a fight, because the disc drive will start spinning really fast to load it, and I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks, but deal with
That's
it.
pretty funny. I probably would have never even realized that. Because the Dreamcast does have a very loud disc drive, though. That's for damn sure.
It's a really loud console.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ogen.
But that's why it makes it such a beast.
Yeah, it's true. I always love when you first turn it on. It has that high pitched little squeal beep.
Yeah.
Beep. I'm like, damn, this thing is about ready to take off.
Now, someone said that's because of the battery is dead. Is that true, or is that just? I always remember that beeping there, but
Yeah, I don't know.
It's I think it's the VMU recognizing,
oh, okay.
but it could be the battery is dead. But
Well, there's a good test. Take the VMU out and power it on, see if it does it.
Yeah,
Put it
right.
in, see if it does. I'd be interested to know. Because I always hear that damn thing beep, and I'm like, man, this thing is so awesome. I'm like, NASA should have one of these.
Yeah. I miss the whole VMU thing, like with controllers and stuff. I mean, that was a great concept, you know?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It was awesome. It was back when, like, remember those
Tamagotchi?
Digipets? Yeah, all those were really popular and stuff. Remember that?
Huge, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I cried in 3rd grade because mine died.
Really?
Yeah, I was in class and I was like feeding it or something. It was like at its highest level that you can get it, and then like it'll always die or whatever at the last. And I cried, and then like my teacher's like, oh, what's wrong, you know? And I was like, my Tamagotchi died.
I remember growing up,
Good
I was getting into the Tamagotchi like right when they came out, and it was a super hot craze, and they were impossible to find. So I had a lot of the knockoff versions of the Tamagotchi, and I remember I was so excited when I finally found a KB Toys that had them in stock. It was like, oh my god, it was unbelievable.
Oh man, KB Toys. That I haven't heard that name in forever.
Yeah, I miss KB.
Yeah, I think Toys R Us actually ended up purchasing them and taking them over. But yeah, crazy.
Good stuff.
Good old nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the originator of me waiting in line for something, like with the GameCube. The GameCube was the first system I think I ever waited in line for outside. It was awesome.
That's where, oh my god, that's where my grandmother bought her GameCube, was KB Toys. Yep. And the one game we got, or two, were Luigi's Mansion and Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Smash Brothers came out the same day as Pikmin, I believe, right? Because I remember that day I had Smash Brothers and Pikmin. I'm pretty sure they came out on the same day, and it was like crazy because I didn't know which one I wanted to play first. Obviously, I went with Melee first, but
Yeah.
I remember waiting online for the GameCube. It wasn't very exciting, the line itself, because it was just like me, 2 soccer moms, and like an employee on the line, and that was it. But I still waited online for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember playing it in Toys R Us on the kiosk. You know, they had it on demo, playing Luigi's Mansion. They had that up there.
That was the first game I picked out to play for my GameCube, because it came out like right around the time of my birthday, I think. I forget exactly when it came out, but I was only able to pick one game to start with, so I picked Luigi's Mansion. And, you know, it was a great choice, but unfortunately it was a very quick game, so I beat it in like a day.
Now, are you guys going to get the new one for the 3DS?
I am, but I'm not as excited as I thought I would be for that game, because it looks like they're changing a lot of what made the original so great. I don't know, there's just something about it that just is not hitting home with me.
I'm just glad Luigi got his own game for once. You know, he's in the shadow of Mario all the time.
He needs his own damn platformer game. Like, enough of these, you know, side roll kind of games. He needs his own platformer. I don't know what they'd do to make it different. You know, something like Super Princess Peach, something like that with Luigi. That would be cool. Nothing against Luigi's Mansion. That's a great game, but I need a platformer. Like, if Nintendo is smart, I guess a spoiler here, even though I haven't gotten to this point in the game myself for Mario 3D Land, but apparently you unlock Luigi after you get everything the first time around with Mario. They should have just took that and just turned it into its own game. Super Luigi 3D Land, and just charged again for it. Because that seems like a Nintendo kind of thing to do, but...
Well, it'd be like you could just download a patch or download an upgrade to it or whatever, you know?
Speaking of which, with downloads, apparently, and I mean, it's kind of old news now, but especially when people hear this, but Nintendo is finally talking about releasing DLC for the 3DS, such as downloadable content for Mario 3D Land in terms of levels and Mario Kart stuff.
Oh, yes. It better have some goddamn dry bones. I'm pissed.
I don't think they're going to add any new characters, only because the character select screen is kind of nice and laid out as it is, and if they add in one more, it's going to throw it off. But, well, they could downplay the Me logo, even though. But, you know, if they're going to add in more courses, hell, I'll be down for that.
Yeah, I want more courses.
I'll pay any price they give me for it. But other than that, Techno, have you been playing anything else?
I put in for a few minutes yesterday that Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, played some Sonic and Knuckles and some Phantasy Star 4. And I think that's it.
Cool.
Nice. Keep him busy, man.
Yeah.
Pete, have you gone?
I'll let Cliva go first.
All right, go for it.
Well, I've been playing for like the last, 8-9 weeks now. I've been playing more Mario Kart. I just checked my activity log while Techno was talking. I'm up to 187 hours in this game.
Someone's got a helicopter flying by.
Yeah, that's me.
I hear a helicopter very faintly in the background. But yeah, I checked my Mario Kart log as well, and I am up to 65-ish hours, I think, 67 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
I've logged over 500 hours in Battlefield.
Why don't you have that game?
I'm working on the 3DS. I got to get that.
You do? While everybody still plays, now's the time to get in on it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Will you guys play with me if I get it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what else? What else have you been playing, dude?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIII-2 lately. Came out last week, and I've been putting a lot of time to that. I'm right at the end. I'm fighting the final boss of the entire game.
Now, how many hours are you in right now if you're at the final boss?
Well, it took me 21 hours to reach the final boss, but now I'm going back and just doing all the side missions. I'm getting all the time fragments in the game, because I learned the more time fragments you have, the easier the boss battles are.
Really?
So I'm going back and I'm unlocking.
Wait, is that true for every boss or just the final boss?
I think just the final boss, because I picked up the strategy guide with it because I have to. It's Final Fantasy.
I'll tell you one thing. This is one Final Fantasy game where you want that goddamn strategy guide. Because I will tell you, for 13, I bought the guide and I didn't use that thing until like almost the end when it came to like leveling up your weapons and all that garbage. And for Grand Pulse, but this game, holy shit, there's so many alternate paths and things to do and monsters to catch. You need this guide.
It's so complex, dude. But it's just a fantastic game. Like, I think it's a little bit better than the first game, just because of how complex, and like it gets better the more you play. Like, I think the story really picks up towards the end of the game. But
just like Final Fantasy XIII. Well, not the story, but gameplay-wise, you know. I mean, I love 13, but the story shouldn't pick up right at the end. Like, it should keep you interested from the start, because I feel with 13-2, the story has still not captivated me at all, and I'm about 14 hours in.
Oh, you're almost there to the end, yeah. But it's a great game. I absolutely love it. There's still a couple bosses that like just kill you instantly, where I'm just kind of like, are you serious? I should be owning you guys. But
how do you feel about the monster catching element? Because I'm still not sure if I really like that or not yet.
It's okay. Like, I think I've already talked to you about this. It's not really needed. Like, you can take the whole monster catching thing out and just add in a third character, and it'll be the same exact game.
Yeah. Because
all the monsters really act are like, one monster might be a commander, one monster might be a medic, the other monster might be, a saboteur. They're just taking the places of the third character. I think if they
in a way,
fine.
It would have been better with a third, like, human character, because that's another problem I have with this game. It's 2 new characters, but I mean, slight spoiler, not a spoiler, but Sarah, one of the characters you play as in 13-2, she's just she's a major part of Final Fantasy 13, but she still plays a minor role in the story itself because you barely ever see her in the game. So she's the main character in this game. So it has a connection to 13, but in a way it's like you still don't truly know this character at all. And then you have Noel, who's like this still, to me, mysterious character. I don't know quite too much about his past. So that's like a character you have no freaking clue who the hell this guy is. And then along the course of the game, like you run into, I haven't met everybody yet, but you run into other characters from Final Fantasy 13. And it doesn't feel like a direct sequel to Final Fantasy XIII to me.
No, it's really not. Like, you can replace all the characters in that game, and it'll be the same exact game.
But I just have the problem of not caring about the characters and the development of the 2 characters in my party.
Well, for Noel, I'll tell you right now, for Noel, near the end of the game, they totally explain his backstory.
I would hope so.
Near the end of the game.
Now, here is the bad part. I've heard that apparently the ending of this game is one of those to be continued endings, and a source in Japan basically said that the ending of the game is going to be continued with a DLC or something like that.
I hope not. I don't look. If I beat Final Fantasy, I want it to be done and over with. I'll move and wait for the next game. What DLC would just add alternate timelines, right?
I guess so, but I haven't beat it yet. I right now I'm up to, I guess you could tell me how far this is, because I've been doing, sometimes I spend a lot of time to grind and get monsters. I'm up to the part where you can change the weather.
Okay.
The Arcalite Steppe or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that like halfway probably? It's like chapter 3 or something like that.
Yeah, for like 3 part 2.
Yeah.
Because like episode 3 is split up into 2 parts. Yeah, I think in your like 3 part 2 or like at the beginning of 4. So, but yeah, you're like right around there. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty short game, which I don't mind. But there's a lot of side content, side missions, and
yeah, the side missions are gonna take you forever because that's what I was just doing before we started. It's a great game. I absolutely love it though. Like, some people are gonna hate it though, and I can kind of understand why though.
To me, I mean, it does a lot of things right that 13 did wrong, but then it has a lot of downsides for me as well. Once again, with the story and everything. From when I played it last week, however, I am liking it more than I did last week because the environments in this game are just beautiful. This is a gorgeous game, and the music is amazing. I know a lot of people are not going to like the soundtrack to this game, but I find it extremely fitting. There's a lot of vocal tracks in this game as well. Combat is still, I love the battle system in Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. It's just, it is sort of like an autopilot at times. When you first start the game up, it might seem like the game plays itself. But when you get into a boss battle where you have to switch your paradigms, I'm not sure.
Paradigms.
Yeah. How you have to switch those on the fly, like constantly.
Yep.
There's so much strategy to the battle system.
Yeah. There's times where I switch paradigms at least like 7 times in like 30 seconds. It's crazy.
But I still can't truly judge this game yet because it seems like the kind of game where I have to see it to the end to truly give my final judgment on it.
I would say if you liked Final Fantasy 13, then go ahead and pick this up. But if you were hesitant or really didn't like 13, then either don't pick this up or wait till it's like $20 used.
I would agree. Yeah, if you didn't like 13, this game is not going to do enough stuff different to change your mind, despite being not as linear. Like, the core elements of 13 are still kind of present here. Like, if you hated the combat system, this game is not going to change your mind.
That's one thing about this game. It's like, this one's totally not linear. Like, you can go anywhere at any time, and, you know, you will have stuff to do.
I hate the fact that it feels like Square Enix forced this upon themselves to make this game as non-linear as it is. You know, it just feels weird that they know. Like, in the collector's edition guide, there's a forward in the beginning where it's like, yeah, we know Final Fantasy XIII is a linear game. It's very story-driven. Final Fantasy XIII-2, however, is very non-linear. We hope you enjoy the game. It's like, yes, they're listening to the fans, but I kind of feel like they're being forced to make a certain changes in the game that it feels too forceful. Like, the towns in this game, they're not towns. They're open areas littered with NPCs that babble, you know, just babble on. Every once in a while you get one with a side quest, but they're not towns like they were in past Final Fantasy games. Where there's an inn and there's a weapon shop and an armor shop, an item shop. There's no houses that you can enter. It's just it's open areas with NPCs. Yeah. I don't know.
Basically, the whole town, like you just said, is a lot of NPCs. Some have side quests, and then there's one girl who, this is not a spoiler. There's one girl who dresses up. Yeah, she dresses up like a red chocobo, and that's where you buy all your stuff, all your accessories, all your weapons, all your monster materials. Everything you possibly need is from her, and it's weird because she's in every single time zone, and she doesn't age.
I'm wondering if her backstory is going to be like opened up in a DLC in the future or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to see, though. Maybe DLC with like Urge. Oh, that would be awesome. Because apparently from what I've played so far, they don't really flesh out the characters from 13 too much. You know, even Lightning, the goddamn character that has figures made of her for this game before Sarah, you know, she is barely in this game. She's on the fucking cover, and she's like in the opening cutscene, and that's it. You know, so I'm thinking that DLC later on will be side stories where you play as the characters from 13 in their own separate story. Now, that would be pretty cool to kind of show you what they did to lead up to where they are now from the 3 years that passed between 13 and 13-2.
Yeah. That's kind of one thing I'm a little upset about too, is the way they use the Final Fantasy 13 characters. And this is kind of a spoiler, so I'm not really gonna say it. But that character Saz, the one with the afro poofy hair.
Yep, my favorite character from 13 because of the fucking baby chocobo. That thing awesome.
Oh well, what they did with him totally pissed me off. I was like, "Are you serious?"
All right, well, don't go any further.
All right, I won't. But I'm just saying.
Well, just tell me this much. No, don't tell me.
I'm not going to say
I was going to ask about Baby Chocobo, because that character made the game in 13, so. Well, I guess that's enough about Final Fantasy 13.
I love the Chocobo theme is probably my favorite theme in Final Fantasy, though.
You'll be surprised to hear the Final Fantasy 13-2 Chocobo theme, however. It's very strange.
Really? They
very strange. It's it's weird.
Wow.
It doesn't sound anything like past Chocobo themes, to be quite honest.
Hey, Pete, speaking of Chocobo, isn't there a game like Chocobo Racing for the PS1?
Yeah.
You have that?
I do, yeah.
Is it bad?
There's also Chocobo's Dungeon games.
Is it bad or what?
It's not terrible, but it's not a good game.
It just seems so random.
Well, it's based off of the Chocobo's Dungeon games, which is a pretty big series in Japan. It's like the Wonder Swan and everything. There was only one or two ported over here to the US on the PlayStation 1.
I guess that's no more random than Mega Man Soccer, you know?
And I forgot Chocobo's Dungeon on the Wii is an amazing game for fans of Final Fantasy. It is like, it's even more of a fan service game. Well, not as much, but think of it like Final Fantasy Dissidia in terms of fan service, but as a roguelike dungeon crawler on the Wii. It's a really awesome game. There's a lot of fan service, and I'd highly recommend it.
Good stuff.
Anything else?
Anything else, Cliva?
Oh, no, that's actually pretty much it. It's just Mario Kart and Final Fantasy VII.
Cool.
32.
Yeah, sorry. Final Fantasy 13 too. Yeah, sorry.
I understand. Playing this game makes you wish that you were playing a remake of Final Fantasy VII again. I had a strange feeling though. The day before 13.2 came out, I had this huge urge to play Final Fantasy IX again, which is why I did the video on my VV plush collection. I'm like, no, I can't play Final Fantasy IX right now before 13.2. So
can you play that again? Has it aged well?
Oh God, yes.
Because I can go back to 7 and it's like the controls are just like not holding up well for me. Like graphics are fine, it's just the controls.
Pre-rendered games to me with pre-rendered backgrounds never get old to me. Like those games there's just something about pre-rendered backgrounds, that the detail that it brings out. And it is true that the controls in games like that can be a little awkward at times, because we're so used to now, rotating cameras and games with isometric views and everything. But 9 to me, the last time I played 9 was when it came out on the PSN to download. I downloaded it on my PSP, and I didn't get too far into it. So I want to get a PSP 3000 though, or something, or maybe. I actually don't know this. Can you download PS1 classics onto your Vita?
I have no idea.
Maybe in time, they'll probably offer it.
If you can,
I'm pretty sure you can, because I thought GameStop had mentioned that part of the bundle was you get a PSN download game.
That is true, but I don't know if they're limiting it to Vita games. But that's right. That's true.
I know that the Vita's not going to be able to play UMDs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Which kind of sucks,
sure.
But I mean, it's understandable because they'd probably have to make some pretty drastic alterations to the hardware. But yeah, I definitely would download or re-download Final Fantasy IX onto the Vita.
I just bought that too off eBay.
What, Final Fantasy IX?
Yep.
It's very cheap, by the way. Anybody that doesn't have 9, like Greatest Hits or Black Label Edition,
Yeah.
I'm just going off the top of my head here, but you should not have a problem getting that game for like $10 or $15 complete.
Never played 9 or 7 or 8.
No, they're good.
That's just the generation of Final Fantasies I grew up with, so I have more of a connection with those than the Super Nintendo ones. So
yeah, see, I grew up with the Super Nintendo, Pete, and that's like where I'm from there.
Mine was Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 2 is my favorite. But
I like
Super
Final
Nintendo.
Fantasy 6. 3.
3. 3/6.
I don't know which one it is.
Well, Pete, what have you been playing?
a little bit of Mario Kart, not as much as I used to play it. But the game that took up most of my time this week, well, second most amount of my time, would probably be the Twisted Metal demo on the PS3. Now, I can tell you one thing, I can't wait for this game to come out this Tuesday. It's been so long since I played a real Twisted Metal game. You know, I'm not counting Twisted Metal Head-On on the PSP. I'm talking like console Twisted Metal. Hadn't played it since Twisted Metal Black on the PS2. And, wow, this game is awesome. Unfortunately, the first, 2 days it was up, it had a lot of server problems, so getting into a game was, impossible. So I would sit there for, an hour trying to join matches until I finally got into a game, and then my PS3 would freeze and kick me back out to the lobby, but it was worth it. But the online demo, today was the last day to play it, so unfortunately, by the time people listen to this podcast, the game will be out to buy. Actually, yeah, the game will. If you're listening to this right now, the day this podcast come out, the game just came out yesterday. So, in the demo, they give you one level to play online or in single player versus AI. I only played online, and it's a huge map, the biggest map, even in Twist Metal Black, there were no maps this big. This thing is huge. And they give you like 6 vehicles to choose. They've kind of dropped the whole Twist Metal Black atmosphere of being like really dark and sinister. It's kind of not comical, like not a. It's sort of like a realistic rendering of a place in California, and you know they play music like they used to play in the PlayStation 1 versions of Twisted Metal, and it was so nostalgic for me because my personal favorite Twisted Metal was Twisted Metal 4. I know I'm kind of in the minority for the PS1 era, and Dragula from Rob Zombie always used to play on that freaking game. So when that song played in Twisted Metal on PS3, I was like, I was taken back. Because that song played so goddamn much. But yeah, this game is amazing. It supports up to 16 players. So when you do a deathmatch with 16 goddamn players in like the same area converging together, like firing missiles and napalms and special weapons, and there's no slowdown whatsoever, it's an amazing thing to see. And not to toot my own horn here, but in the last 2 days I played the game when like the servers were finally up and running stably where you can play as much as you want. I probably played about 35 to 40 online matches and I only lost 2. I came in first place on every single game. And the one that I lost, I came in second, and then the other one was a 16-player room. And but needless to say, I don't know what it is. I don't know if like the players I'm playing against are just not that good or what, but every single game I was playing online, and I'm talking like 8 to 16 player rooms here, I was just dominating everybody. You know, half the time I would have double the score of the second place person. So I'm really looking forward to getting the retail release and seeing how I stack up on there, because the demo version doesn't have any kind of true skill ranking or any kind of ranking system whatsoever. So it'll probably start pairing me up with people of similar skill. I don't know. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun just raping people on there. So it's gonna be my kind of game. Yeah, exactly. They need that sound effect.
Yeah.
But they do have like a kill streak announcer and everything. So, and you get more XP with the more kills you have. The best game I had in the demo was 18 kills and 1 death in a 16-player room. So,
wow, that's pretty good.
It's all about memorizing the map, where the weapon pickups are, where the health pickups are, and this game's a lot of fun. I don't know, are any of you planning on picking this up? I highly recommend it.
Jason is, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I won't get it launched today. I'll probably wait till it drops in price and then pick it up. But,
now, the really strange news is David Jaffe, everybody knows, you know.
Yeah.
God of War guy, you know, he's working on the new Twisted Metal. Apparently, like today or yesterday, he just announced that as soon as Twisted Metal on the PS3 releases and they get out like their initial patches and adjustments to the game, he is leaving the development studio that made this game, Eat, Sleep, Play. How strange is that? A week before this game launches and David Jaffe is announcing, as much as he loves his baby Twisted Metal, and you know he talks about it on his video blog on YouTube and everything, he's leaving the company that worked on this game, which kind of scares me because he is a big driving force behind, you know, the content and updates that get put into this game. So I'm really curious to see where this game is going to go once he leaves and is not the voice of the community for the development studio.
Makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes that makes them want to do that too. You know, was there something
very
involved with the game?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting, Pete. That's interesting news.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with everybody. So please, if you have a PS3 and you enjoy the Twisted Metal games, pick this game up. I'd love to play some online for this, because it's going to have apparently 35 maps online. But I think that means they're just taking the large areas in the game and breaking them down in the smaller maps, smaller areas, because they're just that big. So the only problem with PS3, though, nobody has goddamn mics. Okay. Of all the games I played online, there was one room I played the entire time where somebody had a mic. Well,
little kid.
There was a little kid, but then there was another occurrence where I was playing. I wasn't streaming it.
Oh.
And it was this one guy, and he was getting so pissed at me. I was laughing my ass off. When I first played it, I entered the room, and it joined me mid-game, and the guy was in first place, like kicking everybody's ass. And there were people complaining like about him in there and they left the game. So I join on the next, like a fresh round starts and I totally kicked this guy's ass. He was getting so pissed. He's like, I can hear him through my TV. He's like screaming at his TV. He's like, that fucking Pete Dory's killing everybody. And he's screaming about how people are stealing kills. And it was amazing.
That's hilarious.
It made my night playing Twisted Metal. Kind of made me wish I had a headset. Trash talk him a little bit, you know? But yeah, so Twisted Metal, I've been going on about it enough, and believe me, you guys are going to hear me talk about this game for quite a bit in the coming weeks.
Cool.
I don't have to talk about 13-2 too much because I was talking about it with Cliva. The only other game that's springing to mind that I've been playing, got it in the mail today, and that's the Jak and Daxter Collection. As
you
also has been playing. The game holds up extremely well. My God. Let me just say, if you have not played Jak and Daxter, all right, I know that this might piss off some fans of the series like Techno. I know this is one of your favorites. But forget Jak 2 and 3 for now. Just play Jak and Daxter 1 for the love of God. Like, I booted this game up today and I was in awe of how well this game stands up today. The graphics are amazing. The HD update on this game, I couldn't get over how good it looks on my HD TV. Gameplay, the only complaint I have about it is the camera is a little finicky. You know, it's strange to play a 3D platformer where you can't really adjust the camera up and down. Kind of weird. And there's times where the camera kind of fights with you. But other than that, goddamn, this game's amazing. I haven't played it in years. I think I started up a second file many years ago. I'm probably talking like 7 years. So really the last time I truly played this game was when it launched, original release. Yeah. And right now I'm about 2.5 hours in, 3 hours in. I'm trying to get all the items and all the precursor orbs. And I just got to the Rainy Rock Village or something like that. But if anybody has not played Jak and Daxter, the first one, it's just your standard 3D collectathon platformer that's really polished. It's from Naughty Dog, so the creators of the now infamous Uncharted series. And I can't recommend it enough. I do have Jak 2 and Jak 3. I played quite a bit of Jak 2 on the PS2, and that's a good game, but I personally did not like the direction they took the series because I love the first one so much and how it's so cartoony and lighthearted and everything. I do like the characters and the comedic value to the story and everything, but just I never could get over that they took Jak and Daxter into a third-person kind of shooter style game. They're great games, but I still can't get over the fact that they lost the original charm of the first one.
Yeah, Jak 3 kind of brings some of that quirkiness back to like Daxter
But like still even then the gameplay wise, it's like a dune buggy racing open world game, which is really cool. But it's nothing like the first one,
Yeah. First one is pretty much like Crash Bandicoot on crack.
Yeah, think of Crash Bandicoot, but in an open world. Now, like just thinking back to when this game released, this game when it came out is a persistent open world. So think an MMO where there's no loading screens. This game, there's not a single goddamn loading screen. So back when this game came out, it like blew people's minds. And the animation and the cut and the voice acting between the characters is so fluid and please, God. Have you guys played this game besides me and Tech?
I know I haven't played it, Pete. I'll definitely check it out though.
Please.
Yeah, I have the first game, but I've just never played it.
Jesus Christ, Jason.
I've seen it, but I haven't played it, no.
But you sold me on it, Pete. I'll take your advice.
Yeah, we're really sorry, Pete. We're going to go buy it tonight. Walmart's 24 hours. We're going to go get it.
No, it really is that good. I have to say, this is one of the best like games that's held up surprisingly well. Like, it feels like this game could have came out today for the first time, and it would still work. Really, anybody that's a fan of platformers, you have to get this if you have a PS3. And that's it for me.
How much is it retail for, Pete? Is it $40?
$40,
yeah.
You get 3 games.
Yeah, nice.
I mean,
Nice.
for the love of Christ.
Definitely. For the love of Christ.
It holds up better than the Eco Shadow of the Colossus collection. I'll even go that far. Like in terms of gameplay, gameplay wise, comparing it to Eco, holds up better than that.
You sold me on it, man. I'll definitely check it out, Pete. I'll check it out.
Okay. And for those of you out there that are skimpy and you want to hold back on your money, don't buy the PS2 version. Go out and buy a PS3 and buy this on the PS3 because the graphics, they're good. They're really good.
Pete recommends it. Stamp of approval.
Yeah. It was one of my favorite PS2 games, quite honestly, and I'm very excited to play through it again.
Nice.
Hey, well, guess what, guys? What, John? What's up?
Go for it.
No, I was gonna move on.
Yeah, no, I was gonna move on too.
Oh.
So I think we're both move on. So let me move on first, if you don't mind.
Copy that.
Right on. So two things I almost forgot to mention. With Bobo's Big Adventure, it's kind of crazy. I was playing it, and the creator of the game actually was in this chat room, which is pretty crazy. So Roger Barr.
How did he catch wind?
Yeah.
Streaming.
He found my Twitter. I put some of my Twitter that saying I was going to play the game. And
okay. So you did a tweet to his Twitter or whatever?
No, I just said I'm playing, Bobo's Big Adventure. I didn't even do whatever. He just found it. And
he just searched and found it somehow.
He searched it. So he came on and we were talking to him. I unfortunately didn't have much time to really talk to him because it's you know how it is. You're playing the game. You can't really read the chat for the game. But I know the people were asking questions, and dude, we're getting him on the podcast soon. So stay tuned with that, which is cool. Yeah,
I got his contact info.
That's me. Cool story to do. But the second thing I wanted to talk about, I almost forgot to mention, was remember we talked about some good gaming documentaries, and I've referred a couple already. I found a new one, guys. I think you guys will enjoy.
Oh, nice.
We didn't talk about. And I watched this. It's free. You can go to YouTube. And I watched this through my Xbox. I watched YouTube on Xbox now. It's called Tetris from Russia with Love. It's about a little over an hour long, but it talks about the story of Tetris, which I'm sure we're all familiar with, right? Great game.
Mm-hmm.
And how it started in Russia and all the copyrights and the patent. Basically, it was a clusterfuck, to be honest with you, with all the people. There was 3 people who had the rights to Tetris. Nintendo being one of them, Atari, and then there's another company too, a third company. And there's lawsuits going back and forth. But it talks about and it goes to the story of the interview of the people behind Tetris. And the guy who made Tetris didn't make a dime for years.
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck. That's rightly put.
Yeah. So definitely check it out, guys. It's free to watch. It's called Tetris from Russia with Love.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, John. And man, if you could recommend one every podcast episode.
Yeah, right.
That'd be awesome because you got the hits, man. The good stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. It's a definitely interesting story because we all know about Atari had Tetris for the Nintendo, and they made hundreds of thousands of copies, and Nintendo made them take it down. They sued them for it. So it's a Tengen Tetris, and this is what it's known as, and it's just it's kind of harder to find. Actually, I prefer the Atari version of Tetris. And I know, Jason, you own the arcade cabinet.
I sure do. Yeah, I have the Atari arcade of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's great. It's a great port. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, Jason, go for it, man.
Well, sorry. There's been somebody out there who's been up to their no good business again. Vito.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Vito's been up to his dirty work. And it's official, ladies and gentlemen, we have the All Gen Gamers Orgy clip number 4.
Wow.
How long is it?
8 minutes.
Oh wow.
God.
They're getting longer and longer, so I don't know how good that is, but are you guys ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Hold on. Parental warning here, by the way. Anybody that is a new listener to the show, for the love of God, if you have kids in the room, send them to bed right now.
It's a little too late to say that warning. We've been swearing the whole
Should have told that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So what do you guys want to talk about? What should we do? Should we hang out? Should we have dinner together? What's going on?
Yes. Unless you wanted to do one of them right now, Jason.
Well, should we try one, guys?
Yes. Bring in our
Let's
first.
do it.
How about, why don't you hit that one up? Or whatever one you think fits best. What do you think? Go for it.
Bang, bang, bang across the board.
Yeah, see that? That's the way the players do it.
I'm definitely interested in that.
I'm all for it.
And I'll wear nothing underneath, just cock rings up in this bitch.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out. Time out. Sorry to interrupt you. We got very exciting news. Pete,
Yes.
Robert Munn wants to join us.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Rob, man?
So good to be here. I'm really excited to be here.
Go ahead, Jason.
Okay. This is the first time we're doing this, so we're going to...
Yeah, hopefully it works. Right here.
On your bed?
On my bed.
All right, let's give it a shot here.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Hey, what's your name? I got you there.
I'm gonna do a really. I'm gonna open it up.
I would appreciate that.
I want to have a close up of my hands opening it up.
Yeah, we'll see you in there. And I will bang the shit out of that.
I gotta read it. Can you see that? Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yeah, I see it. Oh my God. Look at it. It's fucking nasty. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Oh, my. Look at it.
Is it smell? Smell it.
No, I'm not going to smell it.
It just looks, it looks like shit.
I think it looks disgusting.
But I like gravy and penises, cockosauruses, and, well, anal sex.
Anal sex
And this-
all the way.
It's always about anal.
and I agree with you guys. You know what? I love Neil Patrick Harris. I love him with all my heart.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I want to have Pete's face on it.
Mine too, dude. Your face, my head below with me going. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hurry the fuck up. Fuck, I'm
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Sweet Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh man. You can smell it.
Whoa, what the fuck? I think it's in. I think it's in right now.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, nailed it.
Nice.
I'm in there. Feels
Yeah.
really nice.
Holy shit. Fuck that ass.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Oh my God.
Is it turned on?
Let's see here. I'm going to pull it. Oh, man. Check that out. This is big. Wow. Look at that.
That's oh God. Is it very hard?
Yeah, it's nice. It is pretty nice. It has a nice touch to it. It's so big right now, which is great. I like it. Oh,
My God.
There you go.
I like it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Whoops. Sorry, buddy.
Can you just stay still one place? What the fuck?
Trying it again. Coming in hot.
Oh, you bastard!
Uh-oh. Sorry. Sorry, Rob.
Oh my God. Yeah. What? Neil Patrick Harris.
What the fuck?
Oh God. Keep pumping because I can't get enough cream pies.
That's what I want to hear.
Johnny, Johnny.
John, just sneak it in there.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Johnny. I have been really, really bad.
Oh, yes.
Johnny, closer.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Nice.
It's good, eh?
Yeah, man, loving it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, look at me. Moo, 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 meow.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob, you're gonna jump in?
Oh yeah! Get a little ass. You were in for a long, dirty grind.
Don't think that's the right way to get in, but oh my goodness. Oh, man. Just popped in. Oh, there you are. You're there now.
Oh, fucking
Oh, I
goddamn.
love it. I love it.
Good, because you're exactly who it was made for.
Winning. Oh, I love it, yeah.
Oh my God, Jason.
Oh, man. Hey, Pete, how about you, buddy?
I'll just blow him. How the hell did...
Pete, I always use my hands.
Hold on. Oh, yes. I got it.
Oh.
Nice.
Thank you, I know.
Pete, more?
Yes.
Jason, I'm going to inject some stuff into you.
Please do.
It's going to feel really weird.
Sounds good.
Jason,
I'm just doing Johnny.
really?
Yep.
Fuck, that guy's a bitch, dude.
I'm just trying to shit down his neck.
What?
Yeah. Okay, I'm on my knees.
Okay, Johnny, I've got a real good shit here. This is a real good one here coming up.
Oh, right.
Just a second here. Straight from the heavens. Okay. Hold on. Coming in hot.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, shit.
Oh, your belly.
Oh, yeah, it's going to pop out. It's going to pop out. Oh. Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
Out it goes.
For the love of God.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just nasty.
What's up, Johnny? How you feeling?
Incredible.
That's fantastic, Johnny.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's not a bad thing, you know?
Yeah.
Not at all.
You can smell it.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's how fucked up I am. You have no idea.
Now, hold on. There's still some in the back here.
Uh-oh, what's going on? Rob, man.
Pete.
You get
What the? I don't even...
Where
Where did that come from?
Hey, Jason.
Hey!
Oh,
Who is that? Oh, holy shit. Oh!
Oh,
bar to bar.
Oh, my mouth hurts.
I can imagine.
yeah, and I'm sweating profusely, you know?
I can't get over how long that was, though.
I know, right? I didn't go back and pull it out. I should have. Sorry. Pete may need to restructure your shit over there.
No, it'll be okay. I hope.
He was my first.
He was your first?
As far as like animals, yeah. He was my first. He caught my cherry.
Me too.
So, yeah, that was good. I'm going to be a dad. It's fucked up. Who would have known? So there you go. Anyone else got anything to add to that?
Yeah.
I think I need another operation.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Is it over?
It's over.
Oh, shit.
Viewer discretion is advised. I don't remember saying all that stuff. Man.
Vito, you're legend, man.
That is some
Wow.
crazy stuff right there. Oh my God.
Yeah, put it on our YouTube. Put it on our YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I'll have to upload it. That is hilarious. It's a lot of work doing that.
Yeah. Wow. I think Johnny got the worst of it, huh?
Hilarious. I just love it. Everyone. Bar to bar was in there. I heard.
Bar to bar. Yeah, that's going way back.
Yeah,
way back. Wow. Right on.
Somehow he goes to the back episodes and finds the clips like that he needs. God damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, long
That's
time
dedication, Vito. Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
ago. Yeah,
So,
good stuff.
I can't imagine his mindset listening to each episode, though. It's like
He
every
probably
time he
can't.
hears us say something, it's like...
Yeah, he probably
He's
can't
gotta
listen
pull it
to
out.
it and enjoy it. It's like he's constantly thinking about what he could cut up. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Well, we have some audio questions, you guys. Should we get to some of those?
Cool. Hey, Jason, can I take like 2-minute break real quick? I just got to call my wife real quick. You guys can continue, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
But I
Go
don't know if you
ahead.
want to pause or whatever. But,
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Give me a sec.
All right. Yeah. Should we get into some audio questions here?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jason, where can they send audio questions to?
Everyone, please feel free to record yourself. It can even be as simple as recording yourself on your phone, your iPhone, something like that, and send it to contact@allgengamers.com. You can get all that information on our website, allgengamers.com, and send it MP3 if possible. If not, no big deal. Of course, I'll just handle it and convert it to whatever we need. But MP3 is the smallest, so it works better for email. Here come the questions.
Hey guys, it's Chris, aka Gibbetron09 on YouTube and the forums. And my question is, when you first got into gaming and collecting as a serious hobby, what was the reaction of your family or significant other, say a girlfriend or wife, etc.? And was there ever a time where any one of these people didn't really support your hobby and interest? And if so, how did you get through that? I really appreciate you taking the time to read this, and keep the great work with the podcast.
That's a great question. So he's basically wondering how our family, or is it mainly our significant others or family, how they dealt with our gaming, essentially. I've been really fortunate. The girls I've dated, my wife particularly has been very understanding about my hobby. I think there's been times when you have to put things in perspective, and kind of prioritize things. Obviously family comes first. So I've never really gotten in a position where gaming has really gotten in the way, but I can kind of see if it were to get in the way, she'd probably say something, But that's just me personally. But I've kind of been blessed in the sense that a lot of my past relationships, I've never really dealt with a girl saying, "Oh, I don't like your gaming." Because I've had friends. I don't know, Jason. I don't know if you guys have had friends, but I've had friends who have been in situations where like they can't play games because their girlfriends say they don't like games, which I think is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And if that happened to me, I'm like, bye-bye. Exactly. Because I think we all have to have our own hobbies. It's like, who am I to say that she can't go to ballet or whatever wherever she does,
Yeah, true. So, it's a really good point. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, we all, men and women, we need to have an outlet. We need to have a hobby. We need to have something that we do for recreation, that we go to escape the world, or our day, our work day. We need something, and that's where the hobbies come in. That's exactly what this is. Gaming it's been a hobby for all of us, and it's a fun hobby. For me, I'm fortunate like you, John, in my past relationships, everyone's been supportive. I've actually turned some women into gamers who didn't even know the first thing about it. Which has been really cool. I've never had a woman say, "No, you can't play games because I don't like them." Yeah. I will be honest, I've had some women not understand it, nor care to want to understand it. But, in the grand scheme of things, everyone's been real supportive. My family's always been real supportive of it, and helping and even encouraging in my younger years by buying me games and consoles and, bringing me sandwiches when I'm waiting out all night, for stuff. So real cool stuff there. So if they're not supportive, yeah, man, you just have to find someone that is. So I don't know if the question that comes in stems from you dealing with somebody who's not supportive, but if that's the case, then
at least for me personally, with every relationship I've been in, I've been like very open about my hobbies. So, by the time we get like serious, it's not a big surprise that I went on and got it, like
you bring them in and like you show them the Star Wars room. It's like,
although no, see, my Star Wars is just different. Video games is one thing. My Star Wars is, I didn't tell my wife about my Star Wars. She didn't see my Star Wars collection until after we got married.
What was her reaction to that?
But even then, like, even then she was like, wow.
She served her papers.
She's like, yeah, she served me papers. She's like, what do you do with all this shit? And I think this is the exact same word, exact words, like, what do you do with all this shit? I'm like, first of all, it's not shit. They're collectible memorabilia. Okay. And they're very similar. The thing about my Star Wars thing, right? My figures I have, I can tell you exactly where I found them. It's a hunt, right? It's all about the hunt.
Yeah,
so you can point me to a figure. I could say, I got that at Toys R Us on this day. I know exactly where I got it, right? Because it's all about the hunt. To me, eBay is not the hunt. I'm like out in the wild hunt, So it's got sentimental value to me, a lot of these figures and stuff. So she understands it, she respects it, and I've been very fortunate in that regard. But how about you guys, Pete, Cliva, Techno? What's the deal with you guys?
Who wants to go first?
Go for it, Techno.
Well, I have had a girlfriend that didn't like video games. And, I'd be playing video games and she'd call me up and she'd be like, "You're playing video games again?" And just one day she called me and I'm playing like, I don't know how I remember this, but I'm playing like Gears of War 2. And whenever she said that, I just hung up and never talked to her again. And, but like my friends here, that I've been friends with since I knew them, back in kindergarten. They kind of, whenever I go to their house or we hang out, they're like, "So what'd you get this week?" Or, or "You got something new?" And, I tell them, and they seem to care, I guess. And I went with, I actually went with my mom to go into flea markets. And so she, I guess, supports me, and I was trying to find Dreamcast games, and she's she's a big football fan, and I'm trying to get all the North American Dreamcast games, and she's picks up this NCAA game that was on the Dreamcast, and she's like, "This be collectible," or because some guy on the cover that's in NFL now. I kind of laughed, and I was like, "Sure, I'll get it." So I'm thankful for my mom being supportive and not being, one of those moms that's throwing shit away. That
a lot do that, man. Yeah, a lot do that.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Just hang up on her like a boss. Cliva, what about you, buddy?
Well, I've never really had any issues with family members or anything saying anything about my video game collection. But another thing I collect that I have a lot more of besides video games is just action figures, and I've been collecting action figures ever since He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Ghostbusters, back in the 80s and stuff.
Right.
I think maybe I was 4 or 5 years old. I've been collecting action figures since then, and I have people come over, my girlfriend, my other friends, my family members. They come into my game room, and that's where they're all displayed, and they're like, "Wow, you're like a Toys R Us." And I could honestly see why they say that, because I have a rule, I buy 2 of every action figure I buy, because one, I like to have them mint on card.
You're one of those collectors.
One of those guys.
I just recently, I just picked up the Masters of the Universe Classics, the He-Man and the Faker action figures, and these are for adult collectors only, because you can only get them on MattyCollector.com, and basically they're just remakes or updated versions of the classic He-Man action figures that
They're awesome though. I mean, they're highly detailed. I mean, they're expensive. They're $60. How much are they?
They're highly detailed. If you go to MattyCollector.com, you can get them for $22 per figure. This is just a simple standard figure, but you can get 3 packs up to $60. You can get the animals like Swiftwind and Battle Cat for $35. But the thing with MattyCollector.com is people these are highly collectible. People would take the day off work so they can spend the 2 to 5 minutes in front of the computer screen to order these things, and hopefully they could get one, because they sell out so quickly. Now, I had to get these figures off eBay, and I had to pay a little bit more because I'm not one of those people that I'm going to call out work and sit in my front of the computer. I paid about $38 per figure, but I bought 2 of them, so I ended up spending close to $80 after shipping for these 2 guys. So that's how much I'm into these action figures. And like I said, people come into my game room and they're like, "You have a lot of toys, man. This is crazy." And I've had a couple friends saying, "Are you gonna ever run out of room?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. I got a few of them in storage." So
now, what your mint on card stuff? Do you have it on the wall or in boxes? How do you do that exactly?
I have a few of them on the wall right now. I got going back to He-Man Masters of the Universe, I got back in 2000 2001 they reissued the original action figures only for 10,000, But for like He-Man and Skeletor, they did like 15,000. I got all those lined up on my wall right now. I got some Lord of the Rings on the wall. Let's see, I got a couple Luke Skywalkers.
Clive, I was going to ask you, do you have? I have the 5-figure set from Master Universe, the re-edition, the limited edition one.
Those are the only ones I could not find.
Oh,
and I really
There's two
wanted.
sets, right?
Yeah, there are, and I really wanted the one that had Prince Adam in it.
That's the one I have.
Oh, I'm jealous now. I really am.
Pretty sure I did a video on it. Let me see if I can find it. How much does that go for? Do you have any idea?
Right now, if you search on eBay,
Yeah.
I have no idea. But like, I have an original Prince Adam right here. I'm holding it right now in my hand. He's missing his vest and his sword, but this is the one I had, when I was like 5 years old, and he's still in pretty good condition.
So is there a way to tell the difference between the reissues and the originals?
Yeah.
If you take them off the card?
No.
Wow.
Basically,
so did that anger
there's a stamp. I mean,
collectors,
they have a stamp on their bottom of their foot.
Is there? Okay.
There's a
I
date
didn't know
stamp.
that.
It should say 1980.
Oh,
whatever,
that's true.
1984.
Yeah, that's true. But that must have angered some like hardcore collectors. I mean, I'm not sure of the value on these things, but wouldn't that kind of piss off?
I think they're going pretty high out because, like, especially these Masters of the Universe classics, like, these are brand new figures. They come out with about 12 of them every year, and they release one a month with, like, a bonus figure at the end of the day. And you got to have, like, subscriptions for these things to get them, to get all of them. And they'll send you one every month, and then,
they send you the figure in the mail? Like every month?
Because that's the only way you can get these Masters of the Universe Classic is going on Matty.com because it's online only. You cannot find these things in stores. That's why I said people sit in front of their computers for 5 to 10 minutes hoping to get one.
So if you want to quit your day job, essentially take the day off from work a day and then buy like 20 of the figure that come out that day and resell them all on eBay.
Resell them on eBay. Yeah, I bought. Like I said, I paid $38 for 2 He-Mans and 2 Fakers. That's
so essentially you gave somebody a $40 profit for sitting on the computer for 5 minutes, right?
Basically, yeah, because I wanted these figures. Like He-Man's my favorite character in the Masters of the Universe, but since Faker's just like He-Man but blue, I had to get him as well. And I'm still looking for Prince Adam.
So I'm looking at my video here because I did it on my Nostalgiaholic channel. I've got the one. It's got 5 action. It's got the He-Man. It's got Skeletor, Prince Adam, and it's got Beastman, and I think Merman maybe. Or no, it's Man at Arms. It's the 5th one.
Okay.
So that's the one you want, right? That Prince Adam one.
I mainly just want the Prince Adam, but even if I got that package off eBay right now I would not open it.
That's exclusive. That's exclusive only to that set too. That Prince Adam, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah, cool. All right, anyway. Yeah, those He-Man's rocks, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So you never had any issues with people saying, it sounds like you've had some people say, wow, but have you had any issues where girls are like, what the hell?
No, like I said, the only person who ever said anything negative, which wasn't really negative at all, is just like, are you ever going to run out of space? And if I do, I just I put some in storage, and I make sure no water gets in, so it'll ruin them, the mint on card figures. So, but no one's really had a problem with it.
Buy it now on eBay, $175. Let's buy it now, so who knows?
Never judge by buy it nows. Check completed
There's
listings.
11 hours left, 104 with 3 bids. 12 hours left, pretty much. $104.
What was the original retail?
I think they were $50.
One of 8,000. They only made 8,000 of them.
Yeah, the reissue ones are very, very limited.
It's cool. I like the package design they use them too. It's really cool.
I do want to give a quick shout out though. Speaking of limited edition figures, I do have to thank friend of the show, Splatter Trigger, because for a long time I've always sent him links to eBay stuff and everything I think he might be interested in. I just sent him a link to something recently and he's already trying to bid on it. I won't say what it is though. But he always gets mad at me because it's I always used to send him things that, are pretty highly sought after. And he's like, damn it, you're ruining my wallet here. But, you know, as I browse eBay every once in a while, I find stuff and I think, you know, I message people that I think would be interested in it. But anyway, he finally repaid the favor by sending me a link to a extremely rare Sonic item that recently was released. Some people might be familiar with the 10th anniversary items that were released with Sonic the Hedgehog, like the wine glass and the crystal cube and all that stuff. Well, recently in Japan for Sonic Generations, a single Japanese website released a 20th anniversary bundle package for the game that comes with the game on 360, PS3, or the 3DS. But then the special thing about it was you got a 20th anniversary crystal cube plus 20th anniversary towel, and it's a soundtrack that was released as a whole, but for this bundle they released it in two separate parts. So essentially the only way to get this soundtrack is to buy this bundle on the 3DS and the PS3 or 360. So anyway, I got a soundtrack with it as well. But the really special part about it was the crystal cube. It's an awesome laser etched, like, you know, those crystal cubes where the image is like etched into the center of the solid glass cube, like with little small dots. It's really hard to explain. Well, this thing was limited to 500, this bundle worldwide, and it sold out like immediately when it was listed online. So he sent me a link to a website that had one in stock. They stocked one of them. So apparently they bought it from this website to resell it on their store at a slight markup. So yeah, he sent me the link. They had one in stock. I bought that shit as fast as I could. And it arrived in the mail, and I just wanted to thank him for hooking me up with that link, because he's like, it's a little expensive. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, the price that I paid for this bundle, I had already tried bidding on just the crystal cube for like almost double that price online on an auction site. So yeah, very happy to have that. There's only 500, so this is definitely going to be something that is going to be worth some money down the road, because those goddamn 20th anniversary statues that I've talked about in the past are still going for $1,000 goddamn dollars. So,
wow.
Yep, and that's the one that
Amazing.
First Four Figures made, but they never released it to the public. It was only given to like press and contest giveaways and stuff. There's 900 of them that were released in Europe and 100 that were released in the US. So eventually one day I'll get one of those. I'll get lucky on eBay or something. Somebody will post to buy it now or something. So yes, thank you to Splatter Trigger.
Pete, how about you, man?
Never really had anybody. I mean, when people come in my room, they're usually quite shocked. But friends and family, they totally understand. Like, especially my friends, they it's like if they see a new statue or figure or game coming out, they're like, "Yep, Pete will get that eventually." You know, it's they know, they understand me that the only thing in terms of my hobby that I really care about is video games. So I've never really run into too many problems with. Well, maybe when I was younger, when I was first starting to get hardcore into collecting games, my parents would be like, "Don't you have all the games already?" It's like, no, you don't understand. It's like, don't you have all the systems already? It's like, no, I don't have all the systems. And even till this day, there's still a couple of systems I want. But no, I've been pretty fortunate to have some understanding people, you know, because when you collect as much as I do, it's not something that everybody understands completely, you know?
Ain't that the truth?
All right, man, any other questions? We've got a couple more, right?
Yeah, we got one more here. You want to do this?
Yeah.
Hey, all Gin Gamers and the whale, sheep, goat, and robot cat. Master Shake 99999 here. That's 5 nines, by the way. With a couple questions for you guys. My first question is, when was the first moment in gaming did you actually feel scared about the game? I know many people have talked about this in the past. For me, it would be at my friend's house back in 98 or 99, playing Silent Hill on the PlayStation 1 after many episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Terrifying game. Radio static, the crazy nurses. All that stuff is really cool. So I'm just wondering about that. And the second one it's kind of a kind of in the same vein. What is your favorite? This is mostly to Pete because I know Pete's a horror guy. What is your favorite horror movie, or what's the horror movie that is either the best, your favorite, or the scariest you've ever seen? Now I'm just gonna throw some examples for myself. One of my favorites is Dead Alive, awesome movie. Then we got Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2. Then we got one of my favorite movies of all time, the cool classic Donnie Darko, director's cut, yeah. And of course Alien, which on this awesome Blu-ray, by the way, you guys should check this out. So those are my examples. There's several others. So I'm just wondering what your favorite horror movies are. Yeah. So thanks a lot for taking my question. You guys have a fantastic podcast. I really enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Master Shake 99999 signing off.
Pete's a horror guy. Well, I know mine easy. First time I got scared shitless was Resident Evil and those damn dogs chasing me.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Well,
Man,
I'd been scared prior to that, but that scene, I think it's everybody.
I think that was the first video game where I stood up, I ran over, I turned the light on in the room, and I turned the fucking console off. I was freaked out. I really was. So that was mine. Scared the shit out of me. Chasing dogs.
How about your movie? What's your favorite movie?
Oh, probably Lord of the Rings. No, man. Child's Play scared me as a kid.
Child's Play, yeah.
It really did. I'm just thinking like one of the earliest movies. And there's another movie too where this chick was in the shower and it's like, what's it called? Like the clown
Psycho?
or something?
What?
And like fucking clown came out of the drain and like grabbed her and killed her.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Dude, something. I had to turn that off.
What?
It.
The It. Yeah, it's pretty scary too.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, It. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, John?
That's funny. You just said It scared the shit out of me. That's pretty funny. Okay. Anyway, favorite, like scariest game. Like I think I mentioned this before. Like Seventh Guest scared the shit out of me back in PC, like Windows 95 era.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's back when they used like the video like was huge in movies, or in the games back then. I'm with you, Jason. Resident Evil scared the shit out of me. Alone in the Dark was there's some moments there, but as far as movies go, like I like Exorcist a lot. Army of Darkness. You mentioned Evil Dead 1 and 2, which are great up there for sure with me. I like Army of Darkness. That's more of a comedy horror, I guess. And I'm really a big fan of the Saw series.
Yep.
I love the Saw series. So, I don't know. I'll pass the baton to Cliva.
First game that ever scared the crap out of me was Silent Hill for the PlayStation 1. Just like he said, the static. I remember this one scene in the game where I was in kind of a gym and one of the lockers were rattling, and I went to that locker and I'm like, okay, something's gonna pop out, and I opened it, nothing there. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave the room, and then all of a sudden this cat just jumps out of this other locker, and I literally jumped out of my seat and pissed my pants. It was so scary. But for horror movies, my favorite horror movies of all times is the Friday the 13th series, all the way from 1 to the new remake that everyone apparently hates. I love Jason Voorhees. The first horror movie that ever scared me to death was Alien. I remember with the alien bursting out of their chest. I was over my dad's house, and for some reason, what goes through a child's brain, they think, hiding under a blanket will protect you from anything, and that's exactly what I did. So, I'll have to go with those.
Squeak.
Video game? Well, not really. It kind of freaked me out, but Baraka in MK2.
Oh, yeah. That's my man right there.
Yeah, Resident Evil kind of freaked me out. have you guys played Condemned? It was released on the 360 and PC.
I haven't played it now.
I tried the demo. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first. It was a launch title. Yeah. That was one of the games I got, and I played it. And there's one part where you're looking for like a body or something, and you hear this locker shaking, and you go over there and you open it up, and he's like still alive, but like burnt to a crisp, and it jumped. It made me jump so high. And before I get to movies, I made my friend play that, and he jumped so high at that part, he kicked himself in the nuts. Yes.
Wait. Laws of physics.
I know. He's double jointed.
Okay.
So
we're okay. How do you jump and kick your... Okay, got it.
Yeah. It was funny. And movies, well, back when I was little, I was scared of pretty much anything. And, well, I lived with my mother, so that was probably why she didn't like horror movies either. But when I went to my dad's every other weekend, he would usually watch a horror movie, and I got the courage, I guess. I think I've said this on the Press Start podcast, but sat down and they were going to watch the first Friday the 13th. And, you know, when, I don't know if it was the first or it was one of them, and the Jason pops out of the pops out of the, you know, the lake and grabs the girl and pulls her in, and that was at the very first, and that was before the title even came up, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. But, you know, since I've grown up, I can watch them, and I am a big fan of Saw, but Freddy Krueger kind of still creeps me out. But yeah, that's mine.
And then we saved Mr. Pete Dorr for the last. Mr. Horror himself.
Pete Horror.
In terms of a game that really scared me, I have a lot. Like, it just came to my mind. I can't remember exactly which version of Doom this was, but I'm pretty sure it was Final Doom. It might have been Doom 2. I don't remember, but it was one of the Dooms. Could have been Doom 1, but it was on the PlayStation 1, and there was a level called like Cat and Mouse or something like that, where you'd fight one of the... It was just you in like this maze area, but one of those huge like Minotaur enemies in the game, like those big pink ones. I forget the exact name for them, but it was just you in a level with him. Oh my God. Like, you hear the clanking of his hoofs like coming at you, and he fires the rocket launcher, and like you don't know what corner he's around. Used to scare the shit out of me. I just have a lot of memories playing that game. That level specifically. I mean, games earlier than that scared me, like on the Genesis and such. No games really creeped me out on the Nintendo NES. In terms of like the Genesis, I don't know. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, the level with that's sort of mimicking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or, you know, where we're in the hedge maze and the Jason kind of characters are chasing after you with the chainsaws. That level used to scare me a bit. In terms of movies, since someone else mentioned it in terms of scariest movie, as a kid, the one movie that never failed to scare the shit out of me, and for the longest time as a kid, I could never watch certain parts of this movie. I'd watch them, but I like end up covering my eyes, and the ending of the movie especially. Have any of you ever seen Stephen King's Silver Bullet?
No.
Yeah, so it was a werewolf movie, and watching it now, it's like there's some parts in there that are just like, wow, that was scary. Like it's just so silly and over the top. But there's so many, and I encourage anybody out there that's a fan of horror movies or werewolf movies in general, definitely watch Silver Bullet. And you will see why, as a kid, this movie would scare the hell out of you. Because it was one of those movies where they never reveal the werewolf for like the entire movie. It's like done in the first person, or you only see like their arm or their eyes or something like that. But there's so many scenes in the movie, such as like they're in a forest at night and it's all fog and they can't see what's below them, and like the werewolf is stalking them in the fog. And watching it now, it's like so comedic and silly. Like a werewolf beats one of the guys with a baseball bat. Like it's not a comedy movie whatsoever. Like it's done straight up as a horror film. But my God, like that movie used to scare the shit out of me. But in terms of my favorite horror movie, I really don't have one that I never even thought about it, to be quite honest. The one that had the biggest impact on me though as a kid would probably be a toss-up between Night of the Living Dead and Zombie 2, or Zombie as it's known in North America. So between those two, definitely the biggest influences on me growing up, getting into horror movies. In terms of right now, I've really taken a large liking to 28 Days Later. It's not my favorite horror film by any means.
It's a great one, yeah, great zombie film.
But in terms of modern horror films, I still had that. I have that one in very high regards. Yeah, and I can't really give a for sure answer though on favorite horror film. Closest thing to that, based on the amount of times I've watched it, probably would be Zombie 2, however. That's it.
Nice.
You know, Phanto from Super Mario Brothers 2, Doki Doki Panic, kind of creeps me out. You know, the mask that you pick up the key and it follows you.
Oh, yeah, that thing floats around, makes that weird noise.
I found any game as a kid where there was something that was chasing you throughout the level.
Yeah, man.
Scared the hell out of you.
Chasing. God, every time I'm just like, stop! Thank it, stop.
I agree, Pete, like Super Mario Kart, when people are chasing me, freaking scared the shit out of me.
One game, though, that I could never have pictured myself playing as a kid, even now, like I just don't think I'd be able to deal with this game, would be the Clock Tower series. And have any of you ever played that?
I've heard of them.
Essentially, it's a game where the only enemy, at least this holds true for the originals, I don't know about like the more recent ones on the PS2 or whatever, but I think it's still the same, where the entire game, it's just you as this girl, and at least in the originals, like you're in this mansion or this house or whatever, and you're chased by a single enemy the entire game, and the objective of the game is to hide and run away. So he like chases you from room to room, and you hide in cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, that's freaky, right there.
As he searches for you, and he has like this giant scissor.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's like you never know when he's going to come and get you. That would creep the hell out of me.
Yeah, no way. I'm not playing that.
I can't play.
I'll wet the bed if I play that. Well, hey, thanks for sending in the audio questions.
Yeah.
You know, contact at allgengamers.com is how it gets down if you want to do it.
Yep.
As well as partake in our forums.
I have a gaming PC here real quick, guys.
Nice.
Before we go.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. And guys, appreciate you guys sending questions to Gaming PC Theater. If you go to our forums, you can link. There's a link on our website, allgengamers.com. And this is from STC Pro, and he wants to know more about the Jaguar or the Lynx. I'm going to focus on the Jaguar. Jason, why don't you play us that clip I sent you earlier?
Yeah, I would love to.
Some of you believe your system is the most advanced in the universe. Let's review the numbers. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO was 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. Which is more advanced? Clifford! 16 and 32 are less than 64. So with 64 bits, 3D graphics, real-world animation, and lightning speed that you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced? Clifford!
Can you repeat the question?
Jaguar! Jaguar! Jaguar!
Man, I remember that. Oh boy.
Do you guys remember those commercials?
Yeah,
I miss commercials like that. God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just hearing Jaguar 3DO and Genesis in one sentence is amazing. I miss the console wars back then.
That was back then when they had just cutthroat advertising.
It was all about the bit wars, right? I mean, and notice how they left the N64 out of the equation. Well, this is probably before the N64 came out because the system actually came out in '93. I remember vividly the advertisements like the one we just played. And it came out in '93, retail for $250. It was the last Atari system that they made under the Atari name, if you don't count the flashback console, which came out in 2004. But it's the last, really technically the last Atari system that came out. Do you guys know how many games were for the Atari Jaguar?
Maybe in the US and stuff, probably 65, maybe.
Close. Any other guesses?
Yeah, I really don't know. I was going to say probably somewhere in the 50 range, like 50, 55 somewhere.
To say around 40.
Okay, so the winner will get a Girl Scout.
Oh, I can't.
Okay, and that goes to closest without going over, and that is Pete. Answer is actually the question, or the answer is 67, and he gets 65. I was going to say that too.
Yeah, I was going to say it too, Pete.
There's also 15 Jaguar CD games, which we'll get into in a second. So the console came out in '93. As you heard from the commercial, their main advertisement thing was it was 64-bit. The whole thing behind it was Atari was there's a company at the time called Flare Technologies, and Flare Technology was kind of an independent company. And what Atari did is saw what they were doing, and they basically decided to fund Flare Technologies. And the reason Atari wanted to come out with the Jaguar was really to compete with, as you heard from the commercial, this Genesis and the Super Nintendo, right? And also the 3DO, I suppose, with 32-bit. But this is keep in mind, this is right before the Saturn release came out. And this is right before PlayStation 1 came out, right? So when the PlayStation 1 came out in 95, it pretty much trumped everyone else, okay? By 96, the Jaguar was pretty much non-existent. It just wasn't there. But here's the interesting thing. Flare Technologies, which they actually dubbed now, they called it Flare 2, they were creating two systems at the same time. They were designing a system called codenamed the Panther, which was a 32-bit system, and they had the Jaguar, which was a 64-bit system. And I've heard rumors that they actually were designing a system really geared for the older single women. You know what they were going to code that name? The Cougar.
They were not going to call it Cougar.
But yeah, the Cougar never came out, unfortunately.
Well, the Cougar's out, and that's
the Cougar.
Wait, are you serious?
No, I'm just
joking. Okay, I was about to say.
Fucking with you.
I'd be in line for that.
Why did I hear this before? That's crazy.
I would be in line for that.
For the Cougar?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they had the Panther. The Panther never came into existence. They basically focused on the Jaguar because the Jaguar was more advanced at the time. Retail for $250, which I mentioned, which is quite a bit of money for '93. They had some few games. Some games I recommend are Tempest 2000, Wolfenstein 3D, Doom are a really good port. Probably my favorite is Alien vs. Predator. Pete, do you have any other ones you want to throw out there that you like?
Power Rally or Power Drive Rally is a good game. That's something like, Jason's kind of game.
Yeah.
Flip Out is a pretty decent puzzle game. Rayman, I mean, it's on other consoles, but that's actually the game that really made me want a Jaguar. Also, I've been playing recently Defender 2000s also. Really good. And Iron Soldier as well.
Yeah. One downfall about the system, a lot of people joke around. They say it looks like a toilet. The design of the system is kind of interesting. It's one of the last cartridge systems that you'd see. The controllers I'm not a big fan of. They're really bulky, and they have like a telephone pad on them with a whole bunch of numbers, which really half the games never used. They had a 3-button controller. They also had a 6-button controller. But there's a handful of really, really bad games. We mentioned one last podcast.
Kasumi Ninja. Oh, man.
Kasumi Ninja. Yeah, that was kind of like the Mortal Kombat clone, right?
Yeah. It was so bad. I tried streaming that one time, like a year ago. The controls are unbelievable. To do combos, it's like impossible.
Yeah. They were going to come out with some really cool peripherals for it, though. They had a virtual reality headset that was going to come out for it. Never saw the light of day, but that would have been kind of cool. If you ever have your hands on a prototype, I'm sure it's probably worth quite a bit of money. But it basically on this deathbed, the Jaguar CD came out, rather, not the Sega CD, the Jaguar CD came out, and there was a handful of games for that. I want to play Primal Rage. I heard is a pretty good port for that, but really, it came out during the life when Atari was really stopped supporting the system, so it really didn't make much sense that the Jag CD came out. But interesting enough, the system died in '96. They stopped supporting it, but in 2001. A company called Telegames, which is a British company, they actually purchased a lot of the units and they sold it through a retailer in the UK called Game, and they sold it for 30 pounds, I think. So that's kind of interesting to live through that, and the games were really cheap. Defender 2 is also a really good game for it. And Jason, here's kind of an interesting fact about the Jaguar. I don't know if you knew or not, but being a big arcade guy, I know you find this interesting. At the time when this came out in the mid '90s. Atari had a license the Jaguar's chipset to arcade games, and they codenamed it. They named it CoJag, meaning Coin Op Jaguar. So it replaced a lot of the chips that they had in the previous Atari arcades. In fact, a couple of the games that they obviously added some hard drive and more RAM and stuff, but some of the games that came out with this CoJag chip are some classics like Area 51 and Maximum Force.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, I had heard that they were diving into that, like with using some of their hardware for the arcades, and but I didn't know about all that info and what games specifically were used. That is really cool. CoJag, cool. You said, right?
CoJag, yeah,
that's awesome.
And there was also a thing that did come out. It was called the Jag Link, which you could actually connect to Jaguars and kind of set up a kind of a I don't know, LAN party or whatever you wanted to call it. So.
A Jaguar. I wonder how many of those actually took place.
It sounds like a Jaglan.
Yeah, there you go. But it's definitely an interesting part of gaming history. I mean, I think you can get probably ones fairly cheap. I know the Jag CD is a lot more expensive because the Jag CD it's hard to get one to working, and it would just basically.
That's why I'm so afraid to buy it, because they're expensive and then they fucking break. Like every time I think of the Jag CD, I think of the Angry Video Game Nerd episode where he bought like 2 of them, and by the time he got the 3rd one, it was broken too. He just said, "Fuck it."
I have a working one, and I have a handful of games for it. It's pretty cool. Rayman is a pretty good game for the Jag. I think. Wouldn't you agree, Pete? Pretty good port.
Oh yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. But the Jag CD is a lot more or less common. It came out in '95. They stopped supporting this in '96, as I mentioned. Kind of on the deathbed. But only 2,000 Jag CD units were actually shipped. Oh, and I'm not sure of how many of those actually were, 20,000. So I'm not sure
how many of those still work.
Yeah, not very many.
Yeah. That was, but one of the packing games for the Jag CD was the Blue Lightning, which I'm a big fan of Blue Lightning for the Lynx. It's one of my favorite games for Lynx. But I'm kind of disappointed in the Jag CD version of it. It's not as good as the Lynx version. But they had Dragon's Lair for it, which a lot of us know from the arcade port. Space Ace was ported to it. But Primal Rage is definitely the one I want to get my hands on, and it's a hard game to find for it. So there's only 15 games that came out. So
yeah, really rare stuff.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Yeah, that's the Jaguar.
Love it.
One of the coolest logos for a game system ever.
Yeah, I love it. I do.
And one of the coolest intro. Like when you turn the system on, got the fucking Jaguar roaring.
And one thing I almost failed to mention is they really opened up. Hasbro ended up by taking over the properties of the Jaguar CD, and eventually what they did was they opened up for a lot of people to make homebrews for it. So there are companies out there that make a lot of homebrews for the Jaguar today. So even though there's only 67 official games out there, you can find a whole bunch of homebrews. And for the Jaguar, which is really interesting. So
most of them on the Jag CD, because it's a lot easier, I guess, for them to get materials to stick on the CD.
Robot,
really?
Yeah,
Robot Pete.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was me or Robot Pete.
Robot Pete. Sound like a robot.
So you said most of them were for the Jag CD because it's a lot easier to program.
I would imagine most of them are for the CD because it's a lot easier to get a hold of a CD and slap the game on there rather than an actual Jaguar cart. And I think Songbird something.
Songbird Productions.
Yeah, Songbird. Yeah, they got a lot of the rights to re-releasing a lot of the older Jaguar games. So, like, I've been to their site and they're sold out of a lot of stuff now, but yeah, they've sold a lot of unreleased Jaguar games that they let you buy an actual physical copy of. Like Soccer Kid comes to mind. I think that was one of the Jaguar games that never officially released, and they released it as an actual physical Jaguar game.
And I think the biggest thing with the Jaguar for me is you got beautiful looking games like Alien vs Predator looks phenomenal. Tempest 2000 looks really good, but you got games like Cybermorph and Checker Flag that just look all pixelated, and you pop these games in and it's like one game looks great and the other game just looks like a piece of shit. Like they rushed it to the market and they didn't really, I guess they kind of rushed it and they didn't really use the full potential to the system. I think the system had a lot of potential, but it came out kind of an odd time because it first came out, it looked really good because, hey, 64-bit, it came out before N64 was, out and announced, and people were like, wow, 64-bit, this is 93. But then, the PlayStation hit the market in 95, right? And you could,
after that, fuck. They took it over.
And even though the PlayStation at the time was only 32-bit, not 64-bit, the games and the replay value were so much better and better quality. And the third-party support was there. And, we all know what happened from then on, right? So
yeah, PS1 had the killer apps. They're the ones that did. They had the games.
Yeah.
The backing, so.
Yeah. Another good game, though, for Jaguar is Flashback. Good port.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's it. Cool.
Well, it's been fun, gentlemen.
It's been a blast.
It's been great. Good episode. Hey, Mr. TechnoSqueek and Cliva, you guys, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Thanks for my RC car.
No problem.
Definitely recommend their podcast. Definitely worth checking out. Press Start.
And sorry to Dan, who could not join us tonight. He just said he wasn't online. Kind of spur of the moment.
Okay. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry. No, we get him on though. He's a good guy. Jason, we got to hit the three of us. Got to hit the arcade sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Out.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Pete.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
John.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
Techno.
Yes.
See ya, buddy.
See ya.
Cliva.
See ya, man.
Always the most awkward part of the podcast. Love it.
I hate goodbyes.
It's not goodbye, Jason. It's till next time.
Oh.
As Johnny likes to say.
I love it. What's the longest goodbye you ever did?
I don't know. Bye.
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 Try to make it the most awkward possible.
Seriously, I hope everyone's pissed right now listening.